So hello everyone, and a warm welcome to the Israeli Retail Tech Landscape Overview 2023. I'm excited to be here and kick off this event, and a big thank you to each one of you for joining here today from the different corners of the world. We are live from Tel Aviv, and our fantastic co-host, the Coresight research team, is joining us from the Big Apple in New York. So let's say hello for our dear partner. Good morning, Deborah from New York. How are your days going so far?
Fairly well. How about yourself? It's evening for you, right?
Oh yeah, starting the evening. Great, and we all abroad, and thank you. So let's start the ball rolling. And as you, all of you may know, since October 7th, we've faced significant challenges here in Israel, requiring a collective effort to contribute to the recovery and rebuilding process after the recent attack. But despite this complexity, the Israeli retail sector is strong and resilient. Like a forest weathering the storm, its trees may flex and turn, but eventually they stand tall and flourish again. So we are here today to support this forest and ensure it grows and prospers. We encourage you to take action and reach out to the presenting innovators, connect, explore, and gain new partners or investment opportunities. So let's kick off our overview with a short clip to whet your appetite. Mara? The sound is on, Mara? Okay, we don't hear the sound, but you get the idea.
Oren, just do a voiceover. It's so much better.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a little bit what we're going to see today, some glimpses, but this is the idea. Many technologies from all around, from the supply chain and warehouses, all over to the stores, supply chain on the way. Of course, distribution and seamless checkout on stores. Drones, of course, in warehouses, and of course, on the delivery, virtual stores, and of course, we have a short day today. So we're gonna jump on after those few clips, and for one, Deborah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, what we're going to see today, right, is a lot around delivery, last mile, middle mile. And if you think about some of the pain points right now on the retail side, I think, you highlighted ORC, organized retail crime. That really impacts more of the kind of inline, off-mall retailers as opposed to mall-based. If we think about where we then see a lot of in-store tech, which I know is kind of one of our three pillars today, we're seeing a lot of investment in in-store tech, which I think you see in this video, to remove a lot of friction. And, this idea around collaboration, I think is a very good point, because what we're seeing is, collaborations happening that haven't in the past. So whether that's between technology companies, whether that's between retailers, retailers and technology companies, it really is propelling the entire ecosystem forward in a much faster way than we've seen in the past. And then thinking about ecosystems, a lot of the retailers now, right, have their own platforms. They will actually kind of like onboard other brands, part of retail media networks, but it is really interesting. And I think, Oren, right, every October we do such a great job, I think, of bringing people together who end up with partnerships and relationships and liaisons kind of post the conference. And that's what we're kind of trying to do here today virtually. So I'm really excited.
Amazing. So this was a glimpse, and over the past 60 years, we've closely observed the evolution of the Israeli retail tech system in collaboration with Deborah and Coresight research team. This is a dynamic ecosystem, includes over 400 companies and spanning over more than 70 micro segments from design and manufacturing and supply chain management to in-store operation and online shopping experience. It stands out as one of the most vibrant, innovative, and cutting-edge retail tech ecosystem globally. From early stage pioneers to established public companies, we cover all on our landscape map. So navigating this retail tech world sometimes look like a maze with thousands of technologies and solutions all over. So if you're looking to find your way to navigate, so we recommend to take a step back and elevate to helicopter view to see the landscape, because understanding what each technology stands in terms of capabilities and applications is crucial. Which kind of use cases can robotics and computer vision solve today? Which segments are already using generative AI in scale? And moreover, and most importantly, where are you heading with so many technologies on your table? So we are here today to provide you with the visibility for the entire landscape, so you can imagine the future of the store, of your stores, and build the roadmap together. So today's quick overview is all about showcasing the retail tech landscape in a straightforward way. For the next 2 hours, we're diving into a journey together, exploring various perspectives and cool innovations that make it so exceptional, those innovators and ecosystems. And this overview will explore 21 companies out of hundreds. So our apologies in advance for all those of you who feature on the landscape map that couldn't have the stage today, but at least enjoy the show. And before I invite our dear partner, Deborah, I would like to thank our sponsors for this event, Trigo Vision, Michael Gabay, and the excellent team for the support. Trigo Vision company leveraging smart sensor to enable frictionless checkout and deliver data insights and drive revenue and optimize store operations. Shoppers in Trigo-powered stores can select the items they want and simply walk out having a reviewed and approved digital receipt in real time.
I mean, Oren, I think we did a great job today of pulling together the areas where retailers and brands are investing most. So I think that supply chain, a lot of those are longer term investments because that requires, right, a complete kind of overhauling of, right, their end to end. In-store tech, a lot of that we're seeing, that's increasingly a focus, I think, especially after, record-breaking traffic on Black Friday. And if we think about online, that's continued to grow as well. And I think the seamless movement between online and offline is, if we want to call it unified commerce, omni-channel, we can call it whatever we want. I call it just shopping or just retail, but I think that, today we'll have an opportunity to kind of dive into all these. So I'm really excited.
Amazing. And thank you so much for working side by side for the last few years, constructing events and platforms to cultivate collaboration and promote so many connections between the global retail industry and the Israeli startups. So I'd like to take it from here and enjoy the show.
Thanks, Oren. So as we move ahead to the next slide, we just want to kind of give you an update in terms of, where does Coresight fit into this ecosystem, and, how do we think about things? And so at the core of it, we were originally part of Lianfeng. So we were China-based. So we still have offices in China and Hong Kong. And that does inform, I would say, a lot of their, there's this term kind of China speed. And so this idea, right, it's kind of rapid prototyping, always trying to improve and modernize, right, what we're doing. And that has really led to this great relationship and partnership with the Retail Innovation Club and with Oren around how do we think differently about where innovation is coming from and how it can be utilized in our ecosystem. So from a business perspective, our company is rooted in research. And from that, we do a lot of work with not only, kind of retail technology companies, big and small, to help them, kind of in terms of market development and tell their story. But then we also do advisory for them, and also with a lot of the big retailers and tech companies. So oftentimes we will plug in the, technology companies that we've met into our advisory projects. So it ends up being a really, I would say, from a kind of truly partnership perspective, it really does not only create opportunities for startups and big tech, but it ends up being much better for the retailers and our advisory clients as well. And so as we move ahead and think about kind of how our day will play out, we're really honored to have Mike Relic, who's on the board of PacSun. He's had stints at Lucky Brands and Guess, and really is a true friend to both Oren and myself. He also really is very forward in his thinking around not only technology solutions, but where should retailers not only adapt and adopt, but also how should they think about the future of, and what should the organizational structure look like in order to best implement a lot of these technologies. That to me is what Mike has always been very, very much ahead. And it's the tech to kind of augment the org structure, as opposed to trying to get the tech to square peg round hole, fit into something that doesn't work. And so I think he's really incredibly talented, and we're excited to have him here with us today to not only join us and listen to all of these amazing companies, but to then, right, I think it always helps to reflect. And so Mike will be here to join me with that. So as we move ahead and think about, how we kind of all got here today, and, what this means, several years ago, as we work on our innovator intelligence, which now we refer to as big and, let's just say emerging tech companies, this idea of how do we, whether it's geography based, whether it's technology solution based, but we don't want to be comparing our children, if you will, and we want to help retailers understand how different technology solutions fit together, because ultimately every technology solution is different in terms of, its culture, its fit, it's, do they work better with, can they scale up very quickly and whatnot. And so we feel that really kind of democratizing and informing the retail audience is very helpful. And so that's how we, created this map very much in conjunction with Oren. And, as we think about not only kind of like wide-ranging applications, but it really helped inform our conference today. And so whether it's, supply chain through logistics, in-store tech, as we mentioned, online shopping, and this idea, helping retailers in the C-suite really understand from a business intelligence analytics perspective what they're seeing and how that's kind of all coming together. So we are on a very tight time frame today. We want to thank everybody for making this happen. I think both Oren, myself, and Mike, being able to take what we had planned in, October 24th to the 26th, and being able to digitize that, I think, in such a short period of time, and to bring all of us together, it's really a phenomenal opportunity to transform, the retail landscape in the years ahead. I do think what's been so helpful, and Oren, maybe as we think about kind of a part B, what's always been very helpful about being on the ground in Israel is to be able to see the tech actually implemented into physical stores. And so, even if it's through video, or if there are any things that any of the founders or companies want to share, that would be really helpful to us sometimes, because, right, we can talk about it and we can see it in our mind's eye, but then actually seeing it in action, I think really does make such a huge difference. So we're going to kick off today with supply chain, one of my favorite topics. And, I would say early in 2020, right, we saw a huge focus on supply chain, and until we didn't, because it's really hard, but the impacts are also really big. And so if there are ways, and I think that, we're going to see from all of these presenters today, there are great ways to implement and to embed some of this technology into your existing tech stack that isn't a huge lift and, is a very high ROI. So with that, we're excited to kick off with Steve from Wiliot.
Wonderful. Well, it's thank you very much, Deborah and Oren, Coresight Retail Innovation Club, for having us kick off and be the first of the presenters here. I'm going to share my deck and get going. I want to make sure that I've got the right view. I'm thinking that you can probably see the presenter's view, so I'm going to swap displays.
Perfect.
Is that right? Wonderful. So my name's Steve Statler. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Wiliot. And Wiliot is a chip designer, but we monetize what we have, which is an engine for ambient Internet of Things technology through a cloud service. So we're a SaaS company. And we're enabling a new wave of Internet of Things technology called ambient IoT. Internet of Things technology is not new, but it's really devolved into the Internet of expensive things, appliances, shipping containers, cars. We're about bringing visibility to inventory and supply chain items, food, medicine, clothing. And we think this new wave of ambient Internet of Things technology, which uses Bluetooth today, and in the future will be using 5G advanced, 6G and Wi-Fi, is the most disruptive thing since the price tag. The price tag brought scalability, visibility, efficiency, and a much better shopping experience. It enabled new ways of shopping, and that's what this does. But as Deborah was saying, it all comes back to the supply chain. And we feel like this is how we run supply chains today. Most of the time it's in the dark. Occasionally there's a spotlight, a flashlight on things, and we're really working off snapshots. And going forward, we see a future where it's a bit like those strategy computer games where you find out the God mode code, and that allows you to see everything, everywhere, all at once. What can we do if we run our enterprises with visibility up and down the supply chain, not just a snapshot? All of this is enabled with some really remarkable technology. A smart tag is the foundation, which uses our chip. We call them IoT pixels because they're small and they bring light to things. And when you have a lot of them, you see something that you couldn't see before. So they use Bluetooth. They're battery-free, and they're also labor-free. So they push the data. We're sensing everything around all of the time rather than scanning. Our company is privileged to serve the biggest retailers in the world, in the US, in the UK, and Australia. We have some amazing investors from Amazon and Alibaba, PepsiCo, Qualcomm, Samsung, Maersk, Merck, and many other great supporters. And this year we've been recognized with awards. We were in Time Magazine's Best Inventions alongside the Sphere and ChatGPT, and were recognized by NRF. And all of that is really because of practical applications of this technology to give real-time visibility to everything in the store. And that allows companies to thrive and survive in omnichannel. When you're not looking for things, where you know where everything is, then you can have much more efficient staff utilization. When you don't run out, when you don't have mispicks, when you don't have substitutions, you can sell more, you can have a better, more compelling shopping experience in more optimized store formats. And when you know where everything is, you can fight, shrink, and do the whole thing with less inventory. So what we have is really an evolution of RFID, but it's born in the current context and has very low-cost infrastructure. So no choke points, no snapshots, continuous visibility using the radios that surround us. And this gives real-time visibility of inventory, even as it's moving around the store.
Thank you, Steve. I apologize. We are at time.
Okay. that's I have a stopwatch, so I'll wrap up and just say this is basically good for profit people and the planet, and I appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, Steve. That was unfortunate because I was really engaged in what you were saying. It was really a great presentation. So thank you very much. And I think that as we look at some of the challenges right now facing retailers, that Wiliot is able to solve many of them. So next, we would like to invite to the stage Carlos from DLR.
Hello, everybody. Thank you to the organizers for inviting us. I will share my screen and I will show you something that I believe is amazing. So this is our company. Our company is Deep Learning Robotics. Deep Learning Robotics is based here in Israel, and we developed a system that enables robots to play tasks in a plug-and-play way with no training whatsoever, no setup whatsoever. And for doing this, we focus on the software. Our main investors is the Strauss Group. The Strauss Group is a big manufacturer in Israel, and the way we work today is that we either sell turnkey solutions with the robot and our software, or to some type of manufacturers, we sell only the software license. We already have clients all over the world, and what we are solving is this phenomenon that we see all over. I mean, probably most of the participants can feel connected to this phenomenon. And the phenomenon is that despite the fact that robots have been around for many years now, I mean, at least 30 years. When I talk about robots, I talk about robot arms. Despite the fact that they are around for a long time and they're very mature, there are many tasks that are still not automated, that are still being done manually today. And this manual work is becoming more and more problematic all across industries, not only in retail. So after analyzing this process, we understand that the big issue here is that you need an engineering project in order to automate or to insert robots into production lines or into operations, no matter what. And this is where we came up with this technology. So what if the robot can just learn by observing and plug and play tasks as they are in operation, in an operational environment. And this is exactly what we developed. By the way, the technology is fully patented already, both in the US and in Europe. This is how it works. On the plug and play side, our system is able to observe a scene, observe objects, and observe, let's say, a box on the other side, and understand the context of this scene and perform a task. So this is one way that this technology works. It controls a robot arm and performs a task based on what it's seen on the scene. The other main technology component that we have is that a robot can learn new tasks and new objects by a simple demonstration by the user. This combination of these two main components enable a big set of tasks that can be now automated, as the one we see here. So on the plug and play side, we have now technology that enables the robot to perform automatically any stacking or packing of objects based on one that our system observes. This is done automatically, no training needed, no setup needed, just plug and play. We have done this with many other objects. For example, packing of strawberries is a system we've sold to a company in Japan, packing of other food components, quality control of potatoes, which is, an extreme case of how the system learned autonomously what is a good potato and a bad potato and took the bad ones out. And I will show you a video that shows a little bit of what we do. I guess we don't have minutes. Can you hear it?
No.
So that explains, very quickly a little bit about what we do. Again, we don't make the robot, we add to the robot the smart component. The company was selected as one of the top 4 companies around the world, among 840 in the area of robotics by an analysis of a company in Austria, a leader in the field of research in this field. And we are investing now $15 million together with 4 consortium partners on the next generation of human-robot interaction to make this technology more accessible, more feasible to many players around the world. So,
thank you,
to
Carlos.
finish, thank you. I think I was in time. Deborah.
Right on time.
Right on time. I just want to say, and I think I will talk by everybody around here and those who know the term, that besides the technology and the application we showed, we have this motto now around this side of the world that we deliver no matter what. And this, I think, I talk for everybody in this side of the world.
Thank you. No, it was a great presentation and very interesting, Carlos. Really timely. So thank you. Next, we have Yariv, who's no stranger to our stage from Flytrex, and we'll turn over to Yariv. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Deborah. Happy to be here. I see my deck is already presented. Should I switch to mine so I can switch slides or whatever you guys prefer?
You can do that. I will stop sharing.
Cool. So and there we go. Perfect. So assuming you can all see my slides. Hi, I'm Yariv Bash, co-founder and CEO of Flytrex. And we're doing drone deliveries, but you've been promised drone deliveries for a decade. I'm here to show you that this is already happening and actually expanding in the US and around the world. Our goal is very simple. Today we're focused on on-demand delivery, mainly food, hot meals from restaurants. And our goal is to take on-demand costs from more than $10 to less than $1 per delivery. And that actually opens up a new frontier for retail as well. If you can deliver someone's new iPhone or a USB charger or even a t-shirt from a store near your house to your backyard in less than 10 to 15 minutes for less than $1, that just changes everything. Today, Flytrex is the largest home drone delivery service in the US. We have 4 stations running in Texas and North Carolina. We've actually done more than 65,000 deliveries to date. Currently, we're doing 4,000 deliveries monthly. Just, scratching the tip of the iceberg. This followed a very long FAA approval certification program that took more than 5 years. And we're now one of a handful of companies that can make this into a reality next to a few other small startups such as Amazon, Google, and UPS. This is how the future looks like. This is in Holly Springs in North Carolina. And within the 1.4-mile radius that we've been servicing for more than a year and a half now, more than 70% of the houses have downloaded the Flytrex app. We have our own ordering app, just like DoorDash and Uber Eats and all the other guys, and have made at least one order with us. All those red points are actually customers waiting to be onboarded. We're maxed out in terms of capacity until we upgrade the current station. After a year and a half, people just continue using the service. Net Promoter Score is through the rooftop, and for a very good reason. The number one reason by far is that we're way cheaper than anyone else. If you love ordering food on DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Caviar, or the other guys, it's just bottom line, we're so much more affordable. Besides that, it's a lot faster. No third human, knocking on your door. It's practically contactless. And once we take off, you have an ETA down to the second on when we'll be delivering food to your backyard or retail. Today, we've got more than a handful of companies working with us. Walmart, of course, Chick-fil-A, Little Caesars, El Pollo Loco, Raising Cane's, Papa John's, and many other. We started doing integration with point of sales. And the goal is really to be the DoorDash of the suburbs and then the Amazon of the suburbs. I won't bore you with certification. It's a very lengthy process. Not a lot have done it, but we're one of really a handful of companies that made it through a 5-year process of certifying our drones as if they were a commercial airplane. Yes, as if I was Boeing. In terms of funding, we've raised $60 million to date. roughly 1/10 to 1/20 of our competitors, and we're actually working on our next interim round that will enable us to start opening more stations in the US. The goal is to become station profitable during next year and then start expanding the service throughout the US suburbs. That's basically it. If you want to contact me, I'm available at yariv@flytrex.com. And thank you for listening.
Great presentation and great to see some of the updates here. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Next, we have a dear friend of mine, Ido from Deliverider. I would say that he tapped into my passion for, let's just say, democratizing access to interesting product and affordable products. So with that, Ido, we'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Deborah. Hi, guys. Can you screen? Yeah.
We can see your screen. It's not in presenter mode.
Yeah, so now it's better. Hi, everyone. My name is Ido Raz. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Deliverider. Thank you, Deborah and Oren, for having us. So Deliverider was born when I was serving as an executive in a e-grocery player, the largest e-grocery player in Israel, and I was trying to figure out ways how to increase my average basket size and all-in-all revenue, when I quickly understood that in order to do so, basically the easiest way is to expand my catalog and product assortment. So in order to do so, I had two options: either to increase my product offering by holding in stock multiple items, or operating a marketplace with hundreds of sellers, thousands of items. But the problem with each and every one of them is that they all have meaningful and dramatic cons of. In marketplace, each and every seller has its own minimum free shipping threshold, basically killing the concept of consolidating third-party items alongside the grocery basket in one last mile delivery. And if I'm holding in stock multiple items in my warehouse, of course, the overhead cost is enormous and very challenging making profits out of it. So what we decided to do is to develop a unique platform that is consolidating third-party items alongside in-stock items in one last mile delivery without actually having to hold them in stock. It's like having thousands of items in one warehouse and enabling our customers, your customers, to engage with thousands of items from a marketplace model, but getting them all one shipment, one consolidated basket, without split shipments or any added costs coming from split shipments from different sellers. So this is how we do it. Basically, the first phase is uploading catalogs of multiple local third-party sellers to our platform. Then we push a curated assortment to the retailer's website. So if you own, if you are a retailer with in-stock items and online operation, this is exactly for you. You can increase your product offering with thousands of items. And then when an order is coming, it's basically being split down to two. In-stock items are being picked up as usual, but third-party items are being set to local sellers and fulfilled by them as they connect them all together. And the middle mile driver is picking up all of these items, and our route algorithm is directing the driver either to pick up more items on the road or drop it off at your online fulfillment centers, enabling them to be consolidated with your in-stock items to one last mile delivery. Basically, we leverage your online operation and last mile deliveries that is already there with more items, more assortment, and no added cost. So the customer can add a Barbie doll from the toy store a pastry from a pastry store, or a DIY item, a box of nails from the DIY store, and get them all together with your in-stock items. It could be grocery, it could be whatever operation that you are running, and enable your customer to get them all together in one last mile delivery with no added cost. Basically, our system is based on 4 modules of technology. One is a multi-layered marketplace solution that enables sellers to be uploaded and generate catalogs with a curated experience and all types of assortments tapping into your warehouse as if it was in stock. A route optimization tool that directs the driver to pick up all of these items and drop them off at your warehouse just in time in less than 3 hours, enabling same-day delivery as well. And a third-party console, it's a tablet, quite like a quick commerce solution that enables them to fulfill the orders, just pick up the item from the shelf, put a label on it, and enable the driver to pick up multiple items at the same time, bringing them all together. Yeah, so I'm wrapping it up, meaning that we have a win-win-win situation for all sides, the retailer, the customers, and the sellers. Everybody can enjoy and engage with a marketplace solution as if they were in stock. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant evening.
We always enjoy hearing from you, Ido. That was fantastic. Thank you. You packed a lot into a very short period of time. So
yeah, it's
really,
thank you, Deborah.
Thank you so much. Next, we're going to hear from Sharon at Salutum. Do you need to skip ahead to the next?
Yes, skip for the next. We have having problems connecting.
Should we skip?
So yeah.
Okay, we can skip ahead to Vered if that makes sense, and then we can come back.
Skip the next.
Everybody.
Great, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, upload my presentation. You're uploading it? Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so hi everybody. I'm super excited to be here. Prestige is part of Tor. No, keep it. Prestige is part of Tor, which is the only food tech here in this webinar, and I'm sure you are willing to taste our products. So after a while, I will send you the link to our website, and you can send us a message, and we will be happy to send you a trial box. Next. So let's begin. I'm Vered, VP Marketing and Business Development at Tor Food Tech. My major capabilities within the previous and current role are building brands, allocate new markets for our products, and finding and identify the right partners. Personally, I love hiking with my family and friends, and also exploring new food type. Next. So I'm here to talk about our snacks. We all love snacking, aren't we? We know that when we speak with consumers, they all the time look for tasty and healthy snacks. Surprisingly, none of the available snack bars in the supermarkets address these needs. And the reason behind it that all of the bars are full of added sugar and the masking flavor of date. Next. So the problem lies behind the current technologies that require a glue in order to combine all the ingredients together. This glue is consisting a lot of added sugar that comes in many forms, such as glucose, honey, artificial sweeteners, or dates. These kind of binders not only diminish the nutritious values of the snacks, but also mask the original flavors of the natural ingredients. Next. The evidence for that you can see at the supermarkets on the back panel of the packaging of the bars. Next. So please meet Prestige, our innovative, sensational, and sustainable snack bar brand. Next. So what do we do at Tor Food Tech? We weld food. So I would like to introduce you our new technology of our disruptive iWeld technology that for the first time in the production of food, we combine ultrasonic energy and mechanical pressure, eliminating the need of added sugar, resulting in minimally processed, better for you snacks. Next. So have a look at our bars. All of them have artisanal look, multi-texture bite, and genuine unmasked flavors. And since we don't use any added sugar, we have endless sweet and savory possibilities. Next. Next, okay. Our label is clean. We use only 100% natural ingredients. We don't use artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. All of the bar are high in fibers, gluten-free, and contain only natural occurring sugar. Next, please. Our production process is eco-friendly. Since we don't heat the ingredients, we use 70% less energy than usual bars, so our footprint is very low. Next, please. Our collection contains six bars. 4 of them are savory and sweet fruit and nut bars, and we have also protein bars, and we are going to launch 2 additional protein bars at the beginning of 2024. Next, please. Tor Food Tech was founded exactly 4 years ago by food and CPG experts. We collaborate in Israel with Strauss Group and in the US with Mondelez. Next. So, if you have any question or you want to collaborate with us, please drop a message and we will be happy to be in touch.
Barrett, it's like you knew. So I'm gluten-free and I don't do sugar either. So I'm going to be your #1 customer. So this is just truly unbelievable. We're really excited to get to know you better. And I will say that what we're seeing in 24 is that this idea around health and wellness is really kind of extending back to consumers taking more control. And I think, you know, having this ability to bridge between meals to maybe, you know, substitute as a meal, you know, really, truly very important. And as somebody who reads labels like you can't believe, it is very challenging to find product like this. So I know that you're going to have continued success and probably even more in 24. So thank you so much. And, you know, we'll find ways to work together. So thank you so much.
Drop me a message and I will be happy to send you a trial pack.
I think you're going to have many of those coming from this call. So thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thanks. And Oren, are we going to go back to the prior one?
Yeah.
Or?
Sharon is here.
Great.
Sharon?
Yes, can you hear me?
Perfect. Thank you so much.
I don't know why I can't start my video. It's because the host. I need you to give me permission to start my video. Okay. Great, thank you. Hello, everyone. Great. Should I share the presentation or you're sharing it?
Yes, you should share.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm gonna. Okay. Okay, Can you see my screen?
Yes, we are. Great.
Okay, great. Thanks. So hello, everyone. I'm Sharon Barak. I'm the founder, the CTO and founder of Solitum. A little bit of background. I'm a chemical engineer. I actually used to be the R&D manager at a plastic company. Over there, I was exposed to the plastic world for the benefits and good things about plastic. For example, I carry with me my reusable plastic bottle everywhere, but obviously to the huge problem that plastic creates to the environment. And so after years spending in R&D, I decided to see how we can explore materials that we have in order to actually make the same products with the same benefits from materials that won't harm the environment. And this is how I founded Solitum, and our vision is to eliminate plastic waste for good. So I think that by now we don't need to spend too much time about the problem. Everyone is very much aware about the problem. So briefly, each year we manufacture around 400 million tons of plastic. And if we dive into the problem and dive into the slide, we know that we have plastic islands. We know that there are microplastic in fish, in human blood. We know it costs trillions of dollars to deal with it. We actually want to spend those trillions of dollars not on plastic health and problems. But the bottom line today is that this will just continue to be so because we don't have a good enough solution. We don't have a good enough product that is cost effective as plastic and have the same properties as plastic. So we will just see it accelerate this problem. So this is what we're doing in Solitum. Our focus is to bring a solution that will mimic the existing plastic as best as we can, but again, won't harm the environment. And what we're doing, when we looked at the plastic islands, we decided that how we're going to eliminate them. So we are working and we developed a dissolvable, controllable, biodegradable plastic. And what do I mean? We took materials, polymers that dissolve in water, that biodegrade in water, and we created our plastic-like product, for example, a bag. So we have a bag that dissolves in water that you can use it and it won't harm the environment. But since we realized that we are living in a world with lots of humidity and wetness, and we don't want that the wetness will affect the bag, we developed a unique mechanism backed up with patents that we can control how sensitive our product to water. So we have product that will dissolve immediately, and we have product that it will take a much longer time for them to dissolve. For example, if you need a bag that need to hold on out there in the rain or other products like it. Eventually, all the products will biodegrade. Just this week, we got our latest certification by TÜV, the official certification, but it's from Europe, that we're certified to be compostable and soil biodegradable. We have a holistic approach to the end of life. So as I said, we can be compostable, water biodegradable, soil biodegradable. We go to the same recycling stream as the existing product. And this is very, very important. For example, in Europe, they are really going towards recycling. So we want to enable those recycling processes and not to harm them with our product. So when we're looking at the holistic approach, we are looking at a managed environment, which means we can manage our waste, or an unmanaged environment where we just throw away, unfortunately, the waste to the environment. But still, for example, like in India, most of the plastic ends up in the ocean. So our products, won't harm the environment. This is another very big advantage of our product. We manufacture them on the same existing machines as regular plastic. We already did it in commercial scale. We work with clients, and we did it in large scale and large quantities. We manufacture our raw materials on the same machines we manufacture the plastic raw materials. Then we manufacture the products at the same machines manufacture, for example, the films and the bags. It's a plug and play. You take our material, use it on the same machines, no capex needed, and then you just get your product. Then it goes to the brand owners and to the rest of the world. Here are two samples of product that we have developed. This is a poly bag. This specific poly bag we have done with Colgate, and this is a stretch film that is used to wrap pallets. Our material have even higher properties than the regular plastic. It has a very good mechanical properties. So sometimes we can even lower the thickness, so you can save material. It has an extremely good gas barriers. So for the food industry, it's very important.
Thank you, Sharon. I
What?
apologize, we're at time.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I will go. So
It's good when you have lots of passion. That's what you're showing us. And I will say Oren's done a phenomenal, Oren is like your #1 fan. So he's done a great job at least educating us on your product. And I think that, as we look ahead to 24 and so many of the regulations that are changing, it really is fascinating to see kind of what you've created and how you can really help, retailers and brands and also really nations think about some of their greatest challenges. So I'm not sure if you were at COP28, but you definitely should have been, because this is really a game changer. So thank you so much for your time. And I think, Mar, we're going to bring on Mike and Oren, right?
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.
Mike, that's like a lot to digest in a short period of time. That's kind of what I have to say. I feel inspired because, well, of course, one was personal in terms of my own nutritional requirements, but to see products, right, that we haven't seen in our own market before, and with a founder who, or a company who's so passionate, to the last presentation, to Deliverider, to Flytrex, to Williet. I mean, how do you kind of think about where retailers, brands, technology providers should spend their time in light of all of this amazing innovation?
Yeah, the variety of solutions here was amazing. And just the passion and the creativity to me was really, really cool. And, I look at some of these, like the last one, Salutum, I was really amazed at because, quite frankly, that's something that there's zero friction to implement. And everyone was looking towards sustainability. And this just seems like such an easy solution. But, everything here is really very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Oren, as you think about, some of the growth, what I've loved is, right, having this conference year to year to year to see the growth of some of these solutions. It really, and the traction they've gotten, and, fine tuning their message, which is obviously always so critical, because getting people like Mike to pay attention and to retain, because there's so many, that really kind of that elevator pitch, right, is the doors are closing. How have you seen these companies, what is it that they've done to, continue to elevate and to continue to grow and, to really be critical in terms of the technology landscape?
Well, as you see, the technologies are there, and more coming. It doesn't stop. So the thing is that how you kind of correlate this tension between the industry and the tech startups or startup industry, just that those technology will meet real demands. And this is kind of the problem for early stage startups that doesn't really understand how this industry works, or trying to imagine, but somehow the use cases in those industries, the corporates are different. And this engagement, I think, and kind of meeting together in the middle of the way creates really the solution. Because if you're coming from the industry, you know the problem, but sometimes it's not, it's some other people's problem is different. So I think this kind of discussion and what we do here, I think, brings a lot of ideas for people. Maybe they didn't know about this technology, but maybe it's kind of combined with something they're looking for. So I think this kind of meeting point is very important.
Right. And Mike, I think one last question for you is, in your role as a board member and as an executive, how do you see, right, we're going to see 21 companies today. How do you kind of step back and think about where these fit into either the existing tech stack or initiatives or strategic kind of outlook for the year ahead? Because it's going back to, it's a lot to digest because there's a lot of great tech here.
Right. I mean, I would look at the company and say, what is the pain points that they're experiencing? And then when we look at these solutions, I would say, okay, what is the risk to implement them? What is the time to implement them? what is the time to get benefit? And I would use that as a filter to figure out which ones I go for. Because quite frankly, I was impressed with every one of these and I could see how they could fit. But, obviously there's limited priorities. I mean, limited resources and, there's priorities. So I would look at, a combination of what was the pain point the company's suffering, and then 2, what's time to implement, and what's the capital cost and the complexity.
Now yeah, I think that I think more and more, and that's what I like about these solutions, that people are looking at, ROI, but also there's a speed component. And my feeling was that a lot of these could be implemented quickly and that results would be realized if you think about it from a board perspective, right? I mean, board members have no patience. And so, right, we especially if there's an investment that's involved.
Well, exactly. Nobody wants an ERP system that's going to take 18, 20 months to implement. So some of these, if you could implement them, get immediate benefit, and it solves a real problem the company's facing, I think that's the holy grail.
Exactly. All right. With that, Oren, we should probably move on to our next batch of companies. Mike, that was great. Thank you so much. And Oren, thank you for helping us summarize and at least look at some of the kind of interesting technology solutions that we've just seen. So we're going to move ahead to our next presenter. And we're now moving away from supply chain and into in-store tech, which has been a very big focus for many of our retailers and brands as they've kind of thought about what's happening from not only a traffic perspective, going back to some of the amazing traffic that we've seen this year. And so with that, our first company is going to be Trigo. Once again, thank you for sponsoring today.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Guy, the CBO of Trigo, and again for Retail Innovation Club, thanks for the opportunity to present. And today we're going to speak about how computer vision can empower your business through data, and how data can impact your shopper experience, but also your store P&L. Next slide, please. So first thing first, let's set the ground. And I believe everybody would agree with me that these are the 4 key issues challenging C-level across the entire retail industry. Most of them are struggling with the e-com business, deemed to be failed, mostly driven by the last mile cost, killing the business case. And this is why we see them more and more shifting the traffic towards the physical stores. There's 4 million open positions right now in retail. Everybody's suffering from labor shortage, recruiting and retaining employee, and this is why they're looking for automation processes. We continue to see supply chain disruptions, war, inflation, COGS, and we see a lot of retailers moving in from 2 to 3% EBITDA into loss. And this is a major issue. So how do you improve your inventory management, demanding, and so on? And of course, shrink become more and more insane. We see double-digit growth, and NRF reported last year on $100 billion shrink last year, which is insane by itself. So these are the 4 major challenges, and I think most of you, when you talk to C-level in the retail industry, most of them will talk at least on one of them. Next slide, please. So this is where computer vision exactly gets into the picture. But first, for the people who don't know yet the technology, computer vision leverage smart sensors, both vision and weight sensors that we installed in the store to create what we call a digital 3D model of the brick and mortars, shifting it practically from a physical store into a digital store. And from that point and onward, we capture all the data in the store, all the way to movement of shoppers and interaction between shoppers to shoppers and shoppers to product. And that gives us a lot of insight. If you can click the video, or the video doesn't work, okay. So this is exactly how do we create the shopper virtual basket. We're pushing it into the point of sale, allowing shoppers to walk into the store, shop whatever they want, pick it, and just leave the store, see the receipt, approve it, and skip the cashiers and long queues. This is a classic frictionless checkout that I guess most of you have an experience in our stores or in Amazon or whatever. We already have double-digit stores working with leading retailers across Europe, some of the brands you see at the bottom, and we continue to expand. But the point that I wanted to make today is that this year we hit on two significant milestones. First one is we came up with a whole new checkout experience. We call it the real-time experience. So instead of getting the receipt after you leave the store, shoppers now could see, review, and approve the receipt before they leave the store. We believe that will increase the confidence in the technology and, of course, will boost the adoption. And the second thing that we made a significant milestone this year is moving from relatively small format, if you will, express stores, convenience stores, 300, 400, 500 square meters, towards the large supermarkets, above 1,000 square meters. You probably have seen the recent announcement from Rewe, I think it was a few weeks ago, announcing on opening few large supermarkets across Germany. And we have other large retailers already with stores. So if you're interested in seeing a real supermarket with that frictionless checkout, please reach out to us. And obviously, the large store is exactly in the heart of the core business of the model of a grocery business. Next slide, please. But for today, I wanna park that computer vision frictionless checkout as a well-known use case in the computer vision, and I want to talk mostly about the value that you can gain from the data we capture in the store. And in Trigo, we split it into 3 layers. We call it the multi-layer impact. Now, let's be honest, retailers have been, they've never been in black boxes. They're always applied learning from point of sale, from shopper panels. There's so many ways or data sources they use in order to crunch the data and learn about many things that happens in the store. But specifically computer vision, what's so unique about computer vision that it brings into the mix is the only technology, at least that we're familiar with, that then connect the dots between, or the correlation between 3 elements: the shopper behavior, where they look at, where they stand on, I'll talk about it later on, the product category, and the end results. And the combination of having these 3 elements and covering, connecting, and finding the correlation is, we believe, it's a gold mine and very important. And I will talk about the impact of that in the next slide. Next slide, please. So when we're looking at the layers of the impact that we can gain from the data, so the first layer is the data we can capture, which can help us to do some cost cutting in terms of the cost of the store operation. We can alert you on out-of-shelf stock in real time, which helps you to improve the inventory forecast and the whole stock taking and the replenishment and optimizing the entire process here. We can alert you on shoplifting, on if we find out that there's waste anomalies by your colleagues in the store. And all in all, we can learn a lot about your colleagues' interactions. And then you can, of course, learn and optimize the in-store labor, which can help you a lot with the staff management. This is all the data you can capture to improve your efficiency, your store efficiency. The next layer, please, next slide, please. The next layer is data we capture, which is related to the shopping experience. We spoke about the frictionless checkout, but of course, knowing where the customers are physically at the store in any given moment, we can, of course, equip you with an in-store navigation. We can, to improve, of course, product availability. We can even personalize the content that your shoppers could see on your retail media screens. After all, this is the level of service we believe that shoppers expect from retailers, especially with all the experience they have online. When they're going online to your website, you push them a lot of promotions and customized products, and they expect more and more to have that experience from the online into the physical world. And with computer vision, you can execute on that. Next slide. And maybe the most important one, maybe I would say the most critical one in today's economy, is that computer vision enable retailers to reinvent the retail model by generating new revenue stream, either for the store or monetizing that data with CPG. So you can see next slide, you can see the typical use cases and a few examples that we put in place here, just emphasizing the added value you can gain from this computer vision data, starting from what we call the associative information, where shoppers looking at what we call gazing in any given moment in their journey, which order they picked the product from the shelf, which product they passed by and didn't see, or maybe they took it and brought it back to the shelf, which is critical, especially for private brands. Their heat maps, obviously where they stop, for how long. And this is how you can build what we call the conversion funnel. How many people walk in, which aisle, how many people left, and so on and so on. And we can change the product locations. You can, if you want to change the product location, of course, we can test the impact. We can see who touched the product, whether they took it from the promotion stands or they took it from the regular shelves. And all these use cases can help us to optimize the planogram, the pricing, and of course, the result would end up with maximizing the revenue. So lots of this data is obviously highly important for CPGs. As I said, they're willing to pay premium prices for valuable insight because they spend a lot of money, as you know, on marketing efforts, and this could be a gold mine. And again, I repeat, there's so many ways to capture data, but the only way to connect all the triangle dots between the behavior, the product, the category, and the end results is computer vision. And I think that's it for today. We look forward, if you want to keep the dialogue, we look forward to meet you, next slide, in 2 weeks at NRF. We'll have a booth, and we would love to have a discussion over there. And I'm going to drop you in the chat box the contacts. Over to you, Deborah.
Great, Guy. That was fantastic. And we look forward to seeing you at NRF, which is just around the corner. Congratulations on all your success so far to date, and much more in the year ahead. Next, we'll have ShopperAI, and looking forward to seeing everyone soon.
They have a connection issue. Can we jump forward? Mara, are you with me?
To Amir?
That's Amir also have connection problem, but maybe Gili, are you with us already? Or not yet, but Ofri from Edgify, Ofri, you're here. Ofri, will you take the stage? Okay, perfect. So we kind of fixing some issues here.
Okay, so just for those of you who are with us, this will be Edgify.
So I get there 10 minutes as well, right? So 15 altogether for jumping in. All right, you're sharing my screen, right?
Deborah? Okay.
I am. I'm just getting to the slides. Give me a minute since we jumped ahead.
Perfect.
I apologize.
No worries at all. There we are. All right. So good evening, morning, afternoon, everybody. Offer here from Edgify. Today, the world's most deployed product recognition and loss prevention AI solution in the market, focusing predominantly on grocery retail, but going into home development and other sorts. Next slide, please. All right, so Edgify AI solutions are found today across 2,000 stores, across 12 countries, about 17 chains, and we're growing. We're deploying our solutions at about 10 new stores per week. So very quick deployments, easy to install. And our loss prevention capabilities today reduce about 92% of all loss incurred in checkout. And we'll talk about those solutions in a minute. And speeding up the checkout process in total at your self-checkouts, your man tills, staffed lanes, I think they're called in the US, and by up to 5 times what they're running at today. So next slide. You can find Edgify today, as we mentioned, across the staffed lanes, the self-checkouts, or your self-service scales. Those can be in the produce aisles or your deli stations, bakery, nuts and assortments and others. There's only software to be installed and plug in any kind of USB camera to the checkout and retrofit it, or if your self-checkout already has cameras or scales of cameras, we can use those as well. No other infrastructure is needed, and that includes servers, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but Edgify is a fully distributed learning framework software that can run directly on edge devices. So we're using the computational capabilities of your existing checkouts and scales to train and run all our AI solutions. And therefore, the results are immediate. So next slide. So the core IP here for Edgify is our ability to train AI at the edge, meaning that the machines are teaching themselves. We'll see how that works in a second. And then the machines collaborate the knowledge, not the data, with all the other machines in the store and with all the stores in the chain, meaning that at no time do we need to upload images, videos to the cloud. We don't need server space in your stores. It's a 10 square foot store, that's fine. We can run on the existing hardware that you have. And that also means that if you have new products, you change packaging, that doesn't matter for the AI, for the Edgify AI solution, because it's always teaching itself. So it'll just learn the new products on its own as we go. Next slide, please. So how does edge training work? It means that we're turning your customers and your shoppers into data scientists. Edgify is installed, the cameras are plugged in, and then for the first couple of weeks, Edgify is in silent mode in the background as your customers are doing their shopping, whether placing their produce items or scanning their items. Every time there's a transaction happening, the system is teaching itself how to recognize that item. And after a couple of weeks, that model is strong enough to run fully autonomously. Next slide. I'm going to fly through this. And at the end of the day, the key to our success and why we've been able to roll out so quickly, besides the infrastructure, is the understanding that this is the real world and we need to find a balance between customer and staff satisfaction and loss prevention. There's always kind of dichotomy about, do we add friction to reduce loss? And we kind of come in at the place where we need to reduce friction to reduce loss. Otherwise, people are going to stop using self-checkouts and step away from your store. Next slide. So these are the products that are right now available under the Edgify AI umbrella. So obviously barcode item recognition for front or back of house. That includes waste management solutions for proper reporting, false selection alerts when people take something they shouldn't have, ticket switching, people replace barcodes, misscans, non-scan, scan avoidance, and recognizing a few items at once, like a meal deal or anything like that. So next slide. We'll just go through one of them. You can click on the left one. Video, yeah, the produce recognition. So this is on a scale in Auchan in Portugal. We see here two very similar looking products in their bags, Fuji apples and pink ladies. Here, people have been shopping these for so long that it can actually identify the difference between them because it's so many times. And because it's so confident, it'll just automatically print the label, not even ask the customer to select the product. And it'll tell the difference.
Time.
All right, so if you can just go to the next slide and we'll finish there. And I'll pop it there. Next slide. There we go. So if you just play to the middle. Yeah, you can just hit the middle slide bar. So here, in this case, just the loss prevention to finish off. As soon as somebody tries to take an item that it's not, the staffer here gets a notification on their phone and can stop the transaction. Just wanted you to see the final loss prevention solution. That's it for me. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much. Oren, where will we be going next?
Okay, let me see. Amit Chachek, are you here with us? Amit?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so the stage is yours.
Fun. Are we sharing my deck or should I share?
You can share.
Okay. Oh, host disabled. So I need permission. Oh, yeah.
Mara, can you open for Amit?
Permission is done.
Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome. So nice to meet you all. My name is Amit Chachek. I am the CEO and co-founder at We Are. We Are is an augmented reality platform that helps retailers to optimize in-store sales conversions and logistical operations. I'm coming from the VFX, I would say digital media industry for more than 20 years, bringing my experience to that field. So let me tell you really why it matters, because retail industry is bleeding billions of dollars annually because they're not maximizing in-store sales conversions. In fact, 80% of shopper foot traffic is living with empty-handed. Now imagine yourself probably at least one time wandering between hundreds of products at the store, not being able to find what you're looking for. You felt alone, overwhelmed, with no one there to help you. So you left. And really, the number one reason that only 20% of foot traffic is converted is because people could not find what they're looking for. Retail staffing is declining. Most employees are logistical operations, stackers, checker, pickers, and really employees doesn't have the knowledge on the brand, so they cannot really communicate what the brand would want to speak with the shopper at the point of decision. So really, eventually, customers are overwhelmed and cannot find what they're looking for. And this is why money goes out the door. When we're looking about our solution as we are, so imagine what happened if every shopper who enters into the store has their phone become an AR virtual assistant. The We Are shelf engines allow them to filter, to search, and to find what they're looking for directly on the shelf using AI and AR technologies. And when they have a question about any product, with a click of a button, they can speak directly with the brand and learn more about the product as the same way they would have to do it. They could do it online at the point of decision, in front of the shelf, communicating with brands, communicating with information that can be related to them specifically or the shelf they're looking at. So eventually now transaction is meant, conversion is increased, and everybody's happy. And let me tell you, probably think this is a far-fetched technology, where it's already been adopted by the biggest Walmart, Sam's Club. Today we're launching 250 stores in Super Farm, featuring the biggest brands in the field, and really bringing this eventually e-commerce experience into the physical spaces. And everybody is happy because retailers enjoy from innovation, brands enjoyed from connecting with shoppers at the point of decision inside the store, not just in the e-commerce space. And of course, so shopper will enjoy a more efficient shopping experience. So I put some publication, less interesting, but more about this video that shows you how it's happened now in Super Farm. Whenever time's up, we can just cut it off and I can share it on the link in the chat. So really by scanning one QR code on the shelf, you go directly to the mini app. It's not going through the app stores. And by looking on the shelf, you can start exploring different assets, different filters, different information. One of the first templates we enabled are questions and answers on the shelf where brands can start communicating with shoppers directly. This is just the beginning, and we're into bringing more and more really interesting solution into that field. Looking forward to speaking with you and tell you more about this amazing journey we have. Let me know if you have any questions.
Well, I have questions, but I think I have to wait till another time to ask them. But I we've gotten,
Sure.
I just got some great feedback. People like, I love this speed dating kind of like rapid fire approach. So, this I think is really one of what we're hearing right now from the grocery side is one of the greatest issues. And while it was interesting, I was with a grocer recently, and they said even though they have the cashiers often do the after hours replenishment, because product also moves so much throughout the store that where it is today may not be where it is in a few days. And so that's also one of the challenges, even when theoretically the kind of the staff is educated. It's just this constant movement of where product is, different promotions. So I think this could definitely satisfy a lot of pain points that we're seeing right now.
Thank you so much.
Oren, are we moving to?
Yeah. We're back to our line. We have here Amir Aramati from Aiola.
Great. Thank you so much, Amir, for joining us.
Good to see you again.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So it's a pleasure to be here. I know it's a speed dating. It's been a while since I've done that, but happy to tell you about what we're doing. I'm just summarizing the year right now, 23, which is clearly the year of generative AI. A and I are the most used and abused letters in English language at present time. But with all the respect to AI and ML, those are incredible tools. Everything starts and ends with data. Do I have control, by the way, of slides? Yep. So the frenzy is clear. And the challenge here is super clear that everybody's getting excited. Everybody is asked to do something about it, but very few people actually find a way to do something practical that connects to bottom line, that connects to ROI. And that's where the challenge is. Please, next slide, please. And it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how small or big you are. Everybody's still struggling with the same basic element is how can I do more with less? How can I do it without upending society and augment and enhance the way we conduct business right now? How can we speak productivity into action? Here, it's a big hint about what we do. And how can we generate value-driven, rapid expansion, and highly replicable processes that are directly linked to existing processes where you can demonstrate quantifiable ROI at scale? Next slide. So what we do at the end of the day, in any retail, in any shop, in any CPG organization, they're all dealing with many, many different processes. Try to imagine all these paper-based processes. What's going to happen if you're going to turn it to speech-based, hands-free, paperless? You're going to walk and talk, and the forms are going to be filled in any language, in any accent, in any acoustic environment, and any jargon. Because what we learn is more than 50% of the vocabulary used is not really English or a specific language, is a specific jargon of a specific industry or a specific company. And what we have done is we allow you to do that to make it more efficient, safer, smarter, and collaborative. Next slide, please. And just to give you a sense, we completed the development of this groundbreaking technology earlier this year. As soon as FedEx saw that, they realized this is something that immediately changing the way that's going to impact their NPS, the customer satisfaction. Actually, shortly, every package by FedEx that comes home and it's damaged for whatever reason, today the driver will tell you, the courier, just get online and fill the report. Now the driver will be able to get back to the car and by speech, basically open a ticket and tell exactly what happened. They already tested that. It's a direct link to NPS. And the customer satisfaction is completely different. This is just the first part of it. The second part of it, FedEx realized they got 650,000 couriers out there, 650,000 sets of eyes and ears that keep learning about what the customer needs, but none of that information is flying back. Now, try to imagine if the people on the floor, on the store, will be able to provide real-time intelligence on behavior and the ability for you to connect the dots much faster and identify trends before the form. It's a game changer. The next slide will show you what UPS think about it. They believe this is an amazing product that basically creates extreme automation acceleration for any process. So I think you start to get a sense, and we can move to the next slide, but the key element here is taking technology that basically say all the automatic speech recognition platform, which are available on the shelf, are just not good enough. The accuracy is up to 60%. So we build a platform that can deal with any language, any acoustic model, any language model, any jargon model. And even though sometimes coverage is not perfect, so we build keyword spotting on device, then we combine both. And we get to the next slide where we can easily now take any industry, any process of work. We don't need to use LLM like OpenAI that basically in brute force just boil the ocean. What I realized is that I don't need to boil the ocean in order to make coffee. If I take just a specific workflow, it can be paper or digital in any language, I'm going to use our generative AI capabilities to generate hundreds of thousands of synthetic samples in minutes. And actually in about 24 to 30 hours, we will have a language model that speaks your language, accent, acoustic environment, specific workflow, and specific process. And after 2 to 3 days, it's going to get north of 95% accuracy. So what you're seeing here is a complete transformation from large language model to workflow specific work model in minutes or hours. Next slides, you can see how this took place. And again, we can not only do that, but we fully respect what you have in place. So we can integrate whatever CRM or ERP system you have. And we can run very quickly just run through the next slides. And you'll see that we are doing that across the board, from helping manufacturers in the food industry to cut processes by half. turning all the data to 100% green knowledge, or taking that to second wave of insights and intelligence. You're going to see in the next slide, because now with the data we generated, we can connect the dots beyond what the human eye can see and beyond what the human brain can process, and constantly bring you evergreen, ever-learning insights and intelligence, like UPS did in the next slide, taking 100,000 vehicles, doing the inspection automatically. So from a process that took 15 to 20 minutes per vehicle per day, now we completed that in 52 seconds. We're saving more than 15 minutes per vehicle per day, times 100,000. But not only that, now they know how the behavior in Miami is different than behavior in Toronto. And you can see the ROI in the next few slides. We can run through that very quickly while I'm speaking.
Amir, we are at time. I'm sorry.
Yep, no worries. The slides were not moving fast enough. That's okay. If you have any interest, reach out to me. We're doing that for the largest supermarkets in the world right now, from everything for store manager to capture the information in real time, to the inspections of the temperature in the refrigerators. Thank you for the opportunity. You'll be able to reach out. If you reach out to me, you get some more information on Aiola. Thank you all.
And we'll share your slides with everybody who's joined us today. I know it's very quick, so thank you so much. This was great.
All right, thank you guys.
Yes, so Gili Ovadia from Bionic Hive is our next.
Buddy, nice to meet you all.
Gilly, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again. So let me share my screen quickly. Can you see my screen?
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So nice to meet you all. My name is Gili Ovadia. I'm with Bionic Hive. I think we were better fit in the previous segment of the supply chain, but I couldn't make it earlier. So just for those of you who are managing warehouses and the supply chain of the retail store, would be a better fit with not in-store solution. So yeah, I think we'll start with a quick movie. That would be the best way to understand who we are and what we do. You can also remove the movie. I hope
It's
so.
not playing.
Anyway, what's that?
It's not playing.
It's not playing? Did you see the other slides before?
We are on slide 4.
Oh, got you. Okay, so let me share my entire screen, and then you can see it. Can you see the video now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So again, we are Bionic Hive. We are a robotic solution for supply chain environment, and mostly currently for warehouses. So this is a typical warehouse, 3PL warehouse, and this is our robot, our squid. The squid could move in 3 dimensions, and it could basically reach to any point at the warehouse. It could climb on the racking shelf with a package for pick or put away, and basically support any use case or task that the warehouse pickers are currently doing. As you can see here, it could either pick or put away. It's designed to work alongside human being. It doesn't be isolated or separated from like other legacy solution that were implemented at the warehouse. The robot is equipped with a fusion of sensors, so it could basically run cycle count and inventory management tasks as it going to its own task. It could pick from the track, from a pallet, and basically from everywhere at the warehouse. We installed these wells in a couple of hours per aisle. As you can see, we just mount them and then safety them to the racking shelf, and then the robot is basically good to go and reach wherever it needs to go. The robot could help with returns. This is a typical use case for retail that you need to deal with one single box. So this is one great use case that the robot is good for. But as I mentioned, there are multiple use cases that we could support. I think that would be good enough for now. The solution is all developed in-house. We basically build the software of the server, basically orchestrating the entire fleet of robots, running missions based on different rules that the warehouse manager want to apply. We run the actual robot with autonomous. The robot could run autonomously. It could interact with any obstacle, either human being or could be pallet or whatever, and could communicate with them. We also developed the machine behavior, the cards within the robot, and all the electronics, and obviously the mechanics, the engineering of the robot itself. The value proposition for the customers are quick and easy, basically seamless implementation. It could adapt to the current operation without need for change or downtime. Basically, we can adapt in a couple of hours and automate the entire warehouse. We can lower the cost of transaction in about 35 to 50%, depending on the location of the warehouse. Flexibility, I think this is the main key issue here, that we can support any kind of use case, from pick, put away, replenishment, inventory validation, and so on. The robot, as I mentioned, is fully autonomous and could work with human being and in a dark warehouse. Fast to install and basically retrofit the entire warehouse. On top of it, there's a productivity boost. We can help with increasing the throughput within the warehouse. And obviously, we eliminate human being errors to virtually zero, and the solution is very scalable. We can either remove or add robots based on seasonality of the business, and basically work alongside the business. Quickly to go through some numbers, we can help in a given unit, in a given economic unit of about 10 robots to reduce the number of employees in about 80%, to reduce the cost of 35 to 50%, increase the actual volume of transaction in about 20%. And one big thing that is really important for logistic managers, help them to store more within the same area, both by feeding in more racking shelves in any given warehouse, but also by storing the packages within the bin in more efficient way. Yeah, this is some dimension and the capabilities of the robots for those of you who are interested. We are backed by Amazon. We're currently in commercial deployment with some of the biggest logistic customer in the US. One that we can share is Maersk, the biggest shipping company. They are in the news for other reasons these days, but they're also a big 3PL in the US. We will be at NRF next month in the Innovation Lab. So if you're interested, you could stop by and see our robot running. And yeah, happy to talk to any of you. My email is gili@Bionic Hive, and I would love to be in touch with any of you that are interested. Thank you.
Fantastic, impressive. It's been a short period of time, but you've accomplished a lot. Looking forward to seeing you at NRF. It's really impressive. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Oren.
Absolutely. So next we're going to hear from Oren at IntelliThings.
No, just a second. We have first ShopperAI and then IntelliThings. She had problems to connect. Now she's fine.
I love the real-time changes. Thanks, Oren.
We're in times of war, we have to improvise.
I love it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name is Lenore Daniel. I'm the CEO and co-founder of ShopperAI. I think that I will start by saying that every retailer, no matter what country you live, every end of your day is understanding exactly what your shoppers bought. So today I'm going to present to you our technology and company that is going to tell you every day why. We started the company 4.5 years ago with a big dream. Me and my co-founder, Sivan, came from online e-com analytics, and we were wondering how come and how could it be that when you open a store, when you run a store, when you run merchandise and marketing, you don't have any information in scale, what we call big data, of shoppers' journeys, of interactions, of intent, of potential of growth. Where does your shopper struggle in the store? What will be the potential of sale? All these bits and bytes we can easily get from online e-commerce through Google Analytics, SimilarWeb, or Hotjar. So we took all this inspiration and we brought you ShopperAI. I would like to show you a short video and then some slides. Just tell me if you can hear the video.
If you could read the minds of your shoppers, what would you just...
Can you hear it?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
So it's still edit. It's still on edit, so I don't have subtitles. So please, if you can put on the volume.
If you could read the minds of your shoppers, what would you discover? When you know their needs and preferences in advance, you could set up their shopping experience in a way that maximizes their purchases. Every day, shoppers interact with your products in dozens of ways, reaching for certain items, ignoring others, hesitating, or putting them back on the shelf. These interactions are actually a treasure trove of data points, just waiting to be gathered and analyzed. For the first time, with ShopperAI's pioneering technology, every interaction that can be captured in physical stores becomes part of a database of shoppers' journeys, trends, and behaviors. It transforms this goldmine of data into insights that reflect what your shoppers really need and feel in real time, and delivers recommendations to improve shopper satisfaction, increase sales, and maximize your ROI. ShopperAI has created in-person AI, uncovering blind spots and revolutionizing how real-world data is collected for retail, the largest industry in the world. Stay ahead of the curve of new shopping trends while staying 100% compliant with privacy policies, unlimited scaling abilities, seamless integration with your existing infrastructure, and insights that allow you to close the loop between critical online data and online e-commerce capabilities. When you know what's on your shoppers' minds, you no longer need to adapt to trends. You set the trends with ShopperAI.
So I really like this saying, set the trends. But how can we really set the trends if we don't have the data? How can we really do something based on knowledge and experience if we don't see every interaction, if we don't really understand what is the need of our shoppers? When we started the company, I had celiac disease. And I remember me going through the supermarket, frustrated of looking for more gluten-free products. And the ability to see and understand that there is this frustration inside your store daily, weekly, monthly, without implementing very complicated sensors or without high-priced technology, just taking whatever it is in the already infrastructure of the store and use it and make it smart with technology and software. So that was our dream 4.5 years ago. Today we are working in Israel. We are implementing this technology in more than 60 stores. That means that we have all this data of shoppers' journey, shoppers' interactions, where the shopper is struggling every day. Based on this data, it's not just data. Those are insights that we provide you, but not just insights, also recommendation. Where is your high potential? Where is your risk right now? And again, not based on sales, because you know your sales. There's no one else in the world that knows the sales better than you are, but based on the knowledge that only we have and we can explore it with you together, which is what is the shopper journey? Who is the shopper? What are they doing? Where are they struggling? And what can we do with that? Basically, combine this data with online e-commerce information, bring us the ability to ROI campaigns, bring us the ability to ROI, not just marketing inside of the store, but also what's happening outside. If there are vacations or holidays in that specific week, if we did a certain promotion. If there is a TikTok trend right now doing Cheetos Puff in mac and cheese, let's create the environment in the store completely adaptable to what's happening outside. We can give you eyes, it's scalable, it's really easy and fast to implement. In 24 hours, we can upload more than 1,000 stores. So this is the biggest data set in the world of shoppers, and we're more than welcome to work with everybody who wants to onboard with us. I'll leave my details afterwards, and if you have some question, you are more than welcome to contact me personally. Thank you so much.
Lenore, it's been great to watch all of your success, and certainly I have celiac as well, so I totally hear you. So this is great and very much hits close to home.
Thank you so much.
And will you be at NRF as well?
Yes, I'm going to be at NRF. This time I'm not going to take a booth, but I'm going to be there and I can send my contact. So if you want to meet.
That would be great. I look forward to seeing you, as do I think many people on this call would like to as well. So just drop your contact information in the chat and then people can reach out to you directly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So Oren, I think we just have Amit from this. Oh, Oren's next. Great. Oren, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Oren Kotlicki, founder and CEO at Intellithings. And today I'll be giving you some overview about our solution called Mipo Retail, a solution for proximity marketing. Next slide, please. So the company was established in 2014, based in Tel Aviv, Israel. We develop award-winning solution for identification of human presence by sensing proximity of smartphones and watches. Next slide. Mipo Retail is one of our solutions. It is a solution for the detection of customers in proximity or in store for retail stores, and for sending these specific customers personalized promotions on the spot. Next, please. So what is it good for? Next. Traffic increase. With Mipo Retail, you're able to remind nearby customers of your current in-store promotions and surprise them with personalized coupons. Next, please. Purchase increase. 66% of customers will make unplanned purchases and buy more than intended when they have a personal coupon. Next. Marketing ROI increase. Mipo Retail focuses your marketing budget on the hottest customers, the ones with the highest chances to convert. Next, please. And brand satisfaction increase. The promotions that you're currently sending your customers out of context, SMS messages, emails, they're nothing but annoying spam. They're getting them out of shopping context. Mipo Retail promotions get to your customers when they are in shopping mood, they're near your store, and they find them valuable, and they appreciate these promotions. Next slide. What our uniquenesses are. Next. No need to open an app, and this is crucial. Customers don't need to do anything. Once they go into the range of our sensors, they'll get the promotion. No need to do anything to get that. Next. Simple deployment. We do proximity marketing with just one sensor in your store, and that's it. Nothing complex. No need for multiple sensors, for mapping of shopping malls, nothing like that. Just one sensor at store entrance or inside the store to detect customers when they get into the store. Next. We use free push messaging, and our platform will always try to use free push messages to the customer. So no cost for the SMS messages. If we fail and we have the ability to monitor our push messaging, then we'll use SMS to make sure that we are getting to the customer. Next. And we provide 100% customer privacy because we're not using GPS technology, we're not tracking customer location, we're not using any biometrics to identify customer faces or anything like that. We only detect smartphones that customers have your app running on them as soon as they're in proximity to the store. Next. So that's it. That was a really quick overview of the solution. I'll share a direct link to the website, to the specific solution, and of course, my email. Feel free to contact me anytime for more details.
Great, thank you. That was short and very succinct and very helpful. So thank you so much. And once again, will you be at NRF, Oren?
No, unfortunately, no.
Okay, well, if you can share your deck, then we can also, I mean, we have it, but if you want to share your deck with the audience, we want to do whatever we can to just further, insights in terms of what IntelliThings can do for everybody. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think we're going to close out this session with Bytes.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here. Can I share my screen? Because I think I need a permission. Okay, got it. Thank you. Can you see my screen?
We can.
Okay, great. So my name is Tal. I'm co-founder and COO at Bytes. And Bytes is actually LMS for front-end employees. LMS is one of the biggest challenges of almost every company with front-end employees. It's very difficult to implement the LMS, to create engaging content and actually create engagement with those front-end employees. And we work with hundreds of companies worldwide, lots of retail companies, but not only. And we actually solve those challenges for them. We are dealing with the most important audience in the company, the employees. They affect almost every matrix of the company. And it's important to know, especially in retail, that 75% of them are not only front-end employees, but are also Gen Z or millennials. And they are very hard to engage. Existing training platforms, LMSs, the traditional LMSs and organizational apps are not a very good fit for them, especially when we talk about front-end employees and especially when we talk about Gen Z employees. And the numbers talk, actually 74% of front-end employees do not bother to install another app. And at the end of the day, when it comes to critical professional content, we see less than 20% engagement. This obviously leads to a huge damage for companies in terms of onboarding processes, turnover rates, productivity, efficiency, customer satisfaction, and overall revenues. And this is something that actually we solve compared to the 20% engagement with professional content based on the traditional solutions. So we actually help companies to reach around 90% of engagement. And based on this, we offer them to cut lots of their training costs, to shorten onboarding time, to save those around 6 to 18 months of implementation process of a new digital platform, and some more money. The concept is based on the understanding is that in a world where people actually are addicted to communication and are addicted to content creation, think about WhatsApp or any other instant messaging platform, Slack, Microsoft Teams, etc. Think about TikTok, Instagram, we are all there. So it shouldn't be a struggle when it comes to training and professional content. So we actually applied the same elements, but we took it to the professional field, to the professional area. And Bytes is a comprehensive LMS for front-end employees, but it's super organic, simple, and social media-like. I will go over the platform, and then hopefully we'll have time for 1-minute video that actually summarizes everything. So how does it work? Our solution, again, comprehensive, but based on different concepts compared to the traditional LMS. You can see here how one of our customers defined us. It's as if TikTok and corporate learning management system had a baby, and this is actually the essence of the product. First, we give the company the freedom to be able to create stunning micro-learning units with no additional budget or efforts. We have a content creator tool that enables to create micro-learning unit based on video with lots of AI capability that make the creation very, very, very simple. So in minutes, everybody in the company can create digital micro-learning units. Those micro-learning units are actually only the heart of the solution, because based on them, you can create any course that you would like. It could be pre-onboarding, onboarding course, any other core training, compliance, and you name it. So this is one element. Then we don't require from employees to install another app. I just said it. They don't want to install another app. They won't install another app. And even if they do install it, they're not engaged with it on an ongoing basis. So we know to do a deep integration with the existing communication channels. It depends where in Israel, Europe, and actually in most of the world, it's WhatsApp. In the US, we integrated very well with the SMS, iMessages, and actually you name it. We can integrate with any other channel. And at the end of the day, it's super important for the company to be able to manage, track the activity. So we enable you to do that by our advanced analytics dashboard. I'll just emphasize a few things. First of all, AI is very dominant here. We have a very comprehensive set of AI features. For example, every employee that gets the Byte, the micro-learning unit or the course, can choose the language that he would like to consume the Byte in. This is just one example. Actually, AI enables you to upload just raw material, and based on the raw material, we will complete everything for you, the whole course. Questions, summary cards, design for the micro-learning units, and everything. So you just need the raw materials. In terms
I apologize, we are at time, but we will share your slides with everyone that's in attendance after the event.
Great. So I'll share our website, and we would love to meet you in a demo.
Great, thanks so much. So I think it's that time again for Oren and Mike to join me on our virtual stage to talk a little bit about what we've seen and just, how we're thinking about in-store tech right now.
Well, I think we're in an amazing place. There's so many opportunities to really crack the data, as some of these guys are trying to do. Around the store floor for many years, there was a lot of data around e-commerce, but in the store floor, you practically don't have any structured data to start building an AI model and stuff. So I think you can see like there's a great infrastructure being here, and you can definitely get to much better experience, a recommendation in store, and many other amazing stuff that they'll be just waiting as consumers for them to happen. Yeah. I mean, on the logistics side, you see a lot of options to start the kind of transparency and really understanding the whole supply chain. And so it's much more around being more fast and more effective and more cheap. But in the store, you practically have like a new environment being built, and you saw the AR options, and then we're going to see soon on the next part. So it's definitely very interesting, I think. And any new things you've seen here?
I mean, Mike, as you think about certainly how the store is changing, right? Whether it's being used as a warehouse or a showroom or a community, I think we heard a lot of interesting, not only consumer facing, but also employee facing solutions. How do you think about kind of, digesting all of this, and, how would an organization kind of move forward, and what's kind of on the top of their list right now?
What's interesting is I look at the solutions solve various problems. A lot of them are using data, or, I love it, the fact that you take a consumer's device, their phone, and use that to help drive interaction and drive sales. And then there's the whole LP and the whole expense side. But I think Oren hit it, wrapped around all this is data. So data, basically, whether you're processing at the edge or in the cloud, is really driving the value here. And what I loved about every one of these solutions is that the amount of effort required to install it was minimal. So, I mean, this is something, you know, it's not really tough because you could pick a lot of these solutions and do a quick pilot and test them and see if they work without a lot of investment. And I think, and that is really what excited me about this.
Yeah, and I think to add on to that, Mike, is that they also don't require a lot of, you know, either senior executives in the company or even just, you know, team members to implement and POC and then eventually roll out. So I think not only are we trying to minimize friction in the store, we're also trying to minimize friction as it relates to a lot of these new technology solutions. Because if there's too many people involved in the decision, I mean, you and I both know it either doesn't get made because it's too difficult, or it just takes a really long time. And so I think that was key.
No, exactly, because every time you try to implement something new, it's always, oh, I have too much work, I can't handle anything else. And I love the fact that all of this can be implemented with major internal with limited internal friction.
Yeah, and I think and major rewards. And I think that, you know, a lot of these did continue to touch on not only product attributes, discoverability, you know, whatever can be done to minimize, you know, ORC, organized retail crime. And, you know, supply chain and logistics, right? We need to make sure that's in place, whether it's, well, especially if you're using your stores as warehouses, because I've been in many stores recently where the shelves were much more bare than I expected, but it was because of that new model and the ability to communicate, you know, easily across the organization, I think is increasingly important because of how they're, you know, going back to it's just retail versus, right, or online or offline. It's a game changer.
Well, exactly. I mean, stores are all forward pick locations. Everybody, you know, inventory is your most costly asset. Everybody wants to leverage it. And you're right. I mean, to put that seamlessness and analytics in the store, you know, and also in e-com, and like you say, it's just retail. And I think these tools enable it to be just retail.
Kind of said it better. All right, we're gonna get back to our speed dating, as a good friend of mine called it. So Mike and Oren, thank you. Next up is Treatise.
Hi, everyone.
Well, you have the stage.
Yes, I'm here. Time is running. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today. I'm Boaz. I'm VP of Business Development at Treatise. We can start the slideshow. So Treatise is a no-code platform that unleashes the power of digital twins. I know that sounds very flashy. Let's dive in and see what exactly that means, especially for the retail industry. Next slide, please. Some of the clients that we're working with already, you can see it's cross-industry, but the names that pop out here from the retail industry are pretty easy to see. We've been around for quite some time, and Treatise is a SaaS platform, so we do have 3D creators subscribing to our platform, but also a lot of enterprise clients like the ones that you can see here. Next slide, please. So how exactly does it work, Treatise? Very simple process. You start by capturing the space, and when I say space, it can be any type of site, facility, store, property, anything. We're talking shops, malls, but we're also talking storage sites, anything that you want, you can capture using a 3D scanning device. You upload it to Treatise, to our no-code studio, and then you start digitizing workflows. And by workflows, I mean also internal workflows, but you can also use it to create some shopping experiences, and we'll touch on that in a second. And I think where the secret sauce of Treatise is that once you have that digital twin, the Treatise digital twin, you have cross-reality access. So you can access it remotely from any desktop device, mobile, tablet, VR headsets, but also physically on site using our AR app, augmented reality application, with a mobile device. And this can be used by employees, but not just, also for end clients. And we'll take a look at that in a second. Next slide, please. So Treatise for retail breaks into two main categories. The first one would be immersive experiences. And this is what we want to offer to the clients, the end clients, that that super advanced shopping experience. We want to kind of simulate that tickle that you have when you're walking around the mall for everyone to have when they're physically shopping, but also virtually shopping online. So we have indoor navigation, marketing, brand storytelling, and online shopping. And the other sector in the next slide is facility management. I won't touch on that much today. If anyone's interested, you can reach out. But it's more for internal uses, improving training and onboarding, maintenance, documentation, and we see both categories used by our clients. So let's jump on how the client experiences this in the next slide. Well, I'm going to start with indoor navigation, which is a very common challenge when you're talking about big retail stores or big malls. How do I find what I'm looking for? And it's just pretty much like people like to call it a Waze app for indoors. I can navigate using my mobile device with an AR app. I can navigate through a big store, find different types of products that I'm looking for, but then not just because this is a digital twin. Like I said, you have all the digital content there. So I can push advertisements. I can push additional information on everything, videos, and pretty much any digital asset that I've uploaded there is visible in the palm of the hand of our shoppers. The next slide here is the store AR experience. So in addition to navigating, I can also see information on each product. I don't need to raise my hand and wait for an employee to come and tell me what this TV costs and can I connect it? Can I pick it up by myself? What's the stats of it? What you see here is LG, one of our clients that use this in their showrooms. So you can just walk around and you can have all the information in the palm of your hand. Next slide, please. And then we have the virtual shopping. So the digital twin experience for shopping in a store. What you'll see here, I don't know if the video is playing or not, if you can just make sure it's playing. This is from Havels, a big home appliance retailer in India. They created, they captured their flagship store and they created a digital twin, and people just go inside this digital twin from anywhere in the world, specifically in India, and they can shop and they can just pull products off the shelf, add them to their cart. We have integrations with their payment gateway, with their inventory. Everything is super easy and comfortable. The user can just check out and purchase the products, and we're seeing great feedback on that. So to wrap it up in the next slide. Yeah, just one slide next. Treaties for Retail, like I said, offers solutions for both end clients. If you can just jump to the next slide, please. Offers solutions for the end clients, but also in-house solutions for employees and just making internal processes better. You can reach out to me directly. I'm also going to drop our CEO's email, Omel, which was supposed to be presenting, but he's busy up north. And thank you very much for your time today.
Great. That was a great presentation, Buzz. You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you just drop your contact info, that would be great. I think we've got it. Perfect. So our next presenter is Alon from Mixed Reality.
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's Mixed Place, not Mixed Reality. We do Mixed Reality. Something happened with my camera. Live, it happens always when you need it. Nice to meet you all. I will share my screen. And before I will do that, I will add to the chat, anyone who wants to connect, we'll be able to do that in 1 second. Doesn't work. Okay. You see my screen, I guess?
Perfect.
Okay, so nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Alon Melchner. I am the CEO and founder of Mixplace, and we are dealing or creating experiences, holographic experiences, immersive experiences for more than 15 years for different brands around the world, and with specific goals to increase traffic and brand awareness, of course, creating loyalty, engagements, and in the end, of course, it always leads to sales. And the mouse is not moving. Yeah. 1 second. Hello. Oh, do you see me? My screen.
We see you. We see.
Not moving forward.
Something happened. 1 second. I will start it again. Some strange things has happened. Live. It's always nice to have it.
It tests you.
They test my, yeah. Okay, let's see. I will start to share again. Let's see if I can share it again. Something happened. I think we became black. 1 sec. Yeah, okay. So you see my screen one. Yes? Everything is okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So we all understand that experiences are the key for retail, and all the retailers and brands and stores are slowly upgrading the stores with different experiences, different things, because we understand that the store is not only a place where you need to put products on, you need to create experiences there to attract your audience and to make them come back. And this is an example of something that we have done even several years ago with the launch of iPhone. In the center, it was midnight. Everyone was playing some kind of an activity waiting for the launch, and hundreds of people were doing that, and incredibly successful experience. But imagine now it's Christmas. Imagine we are going to lunch in your store or in your mall. Santa Claus will be flying in the mall. Everyone will see it. He will drop gifts around, and everyone will be able to go around and pick them up. And when you pick them up, you can have a coupon, or you can have a gift or whatever to use in a store, or for a certain brand in the store. When you wait on the line, sometimes you need to wait, and you can maybe play some kind of a sweepstakes or a game, and winning, let's say, an ice cream until you reach the cashier, you can also get something for free. So there are different experiences that create attractions. I have been talking about this for, as I said, more than 15 years. I was invited to Berlin by McKinsey. I was in Las Vegas, in Beijing, and lots of other international places where we were teaching enterprises and brands and retailers kind of the future of retail, and now AR, VR mainly, but it's beyond that right now, can be used to again increase engagements and sales eventually with the brands. So you can see we're working with a lot of international clients. I will want to show you some of them because our time is short. I will try to jump in, but Migros in Switzerland, for example, Nestle with the ketchup, Adidas, and others. This is an example of what was used in American Eagle. This was running in Los Angeles and Miami. The goal was to create an engagement on the window showcase, on the showcase window. So when you, yeah, lots of nice things happening right now. So the idea was that on the mannequins itself, when you raise your phone, you could see some informational buttons that you can click on each mannequin. All the entire store, the entire window was predefined without being there. We understand the environment, we understand the shape of the window and the door. So a presenter appeared there and gave you like 5 quick questions to understand who you are, whether you are a male or female, what type of activity, what mood you are. And eventually, after you were playing it and choosing the right jeans, I jumped quickly, it will be analyzing your answers and giving you this kind of, let's see what mood you are. So the result will see, today you are cozy. So you will see the right clothes on the modular there, and you will see the environment change accordingly. And there is a teddy bear that comes up to life and says, follow me. And he is taking you into the store to find the right clothes that you chose, or the computer chose for you. Okay. This was a very immersive and very interesting activity. The trend, as I said, in the US. This is an activity that we are doing now with Pizza Hut, for example, as part of creating loyalty. So there are a series of games and that connects the users with the brand, makes you want to hit more pizza and order more pizza, but you get coupons and you get deals with that. So this is another example. This is a campaign that we did with SodaStream internationally. They wanted to offer, like they were saving a turtle, the real turtle in the world, where everyone who buys a soda bottle from them. Oh, everything is jumping. Adidas also, with a campaign and technologies that we developed for them to create some kind of a real engagement with the shoe. You learn about the shoe, about its abilities and advantages, but it actually makes you want to buy it. This campaign specifically created more than an increase of 17% in sales and 30% in foot traffic in the same month compared to a different activity that they did in the previous year. This was a really big success. Audience between 35 to 45, more than 30,000 usage of the coupons were used inside the store. So everyone could play this, but they actually needed to go physically to the store and use their coupons to buy shoes that cost relatively a lot. Supermarkets in Europe, we are doing a lot of activities with them, promotional activities to create engagement and sales and loyalty. So instead of collecting stickers for your album, you can collect NFTs. NFTs are a new concept that you may understand. We are creating not only the collectibilities of those objects, but you can use them. It's like, imagine like Minecraft on the real world. So it's an incentive for let's say, for kids or for families to go to the same supermarket and buy more and get more NFTs to use them in your activities and creations. So there are lots of activities like this. We work with Billa in Austria. This is the Lay's in Belgium. We work with Migros in Switzerland. Lots of supermarkets in different activities that works incredibly well. We are offering full solution from the creative ideas, from the brainstorming or understanding your strategies, and then offering our technologies that fits it. So we are kind of a one-stop shop for anyone who wants to create things relatively fast. We will help you from the beginning, thinking about it, the creative of how things need to be done, and then using our different technologies that we already developed to implement it. You have seen different activities.
I apologize, we are at time.
Yeah, so I'm just finalizing it, if I may. Avatars with AI in the store, all kinds of activities, even in the end, as you just saw, digital twins. So we are actually having digital twins with, let's call it metaverse versions of your store that people can buy there, they can interact, they can move around. Of course, there are infinite others I would love to share with you. Go into our website, leave me some message, and I will be happy to consult and find a way for us to work together.
This is great, very fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, it's and I know some of the retailers you've worked with, I know that they really enjoyed the let's just say the output. I think it exceeded their expectations. So congratulations. Moving ahead, we have Eitan from Vimmi.
Hi, hello everyone. Deborah, Oren, thank you for setting this up. Well done after 2 hours. Keep up the good energy, it's amazing. So Vimmi is a video e-commerce platform. We are providing to brands and retailers a SaaS-based e-commerce platform, which we believe is unique. Let's say it's future-proof because it's an interactive e-commerce platform, because it includes a variety of video and shoppable video capabilities embedded into the platform itself. If you can just move on to the next slide. Just the first slide about the company. Founded 2014. Actually, next month we're celebrating 10 years. So it means that we're having fun. Around 70 employees and completely bootstrapped company. Company is also profitable and growing. We have a variety of patents around video management, video delivery, and video insights. And one of our strengths is while working with enterprises, is providing a variety of professional services. We believe that SaaS is not enough. We need to provide a variety of customization and integration and professional services that are very, very important. Personally, I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of the company. Already floated the company in NASDAQ, a video compression company about 15 years ago, and now it's my third startup. So what sets us apart? I mean, there are like 4 items that we usually discuss and identify with customers. We are a SaaS ready-to-go platform, so we have a variety of customers who are also marketplaces. So stores are able to upload to our platform seamlessly without our help. So there's a very intuitive onboarding process to the platform. The platform supports from the get-go a live and on-demand shoppable videos capabilities. So embedded into the backend, we have a video studio that enables brands to use video to sell. It can be obviously live shopping video with an interactive player and chat system, but it doesn't have to be live. It's also, we believe a lot in on-demand or linear, managing all the media assets of the brands and retailers, hosting them, streaming them to users, and use them in a very intelligent way in the customer journeys. So one of the use cases of a shoppable video can be also a video testimonial that we get from a customer, and we very intelligently integrated that video testimonial into, for example, the product page or a shopping cart page where we actually try to convince customer improving conversion rates while they are hesitating to purchase. Another aspect of our platform is the ability to run multi-channel stores. So anyone who is working with us, we are providing him the tools and functionalities to launch, manage, and optimize their stores on marketplaces and social media channels. So for example, they can manage from one backend their storefront that they get from us, but also their shop on Amazon or Walmart or Etsy, and of course on social media with TikTok shop and Facebook shop and Instagram shop. So having one holistic view of all the entire markets that customer wants to go to, fetching the analytics from all these marketplaces and social shops, analytics about consumption, about video, and providing insights based on AI for our customers to better improve targeting, inventory allocation, usage of video. And this is, we all know that video is a major sales tool and a major expense from any marketing department in any organization in the world, but it's very difficult to justify ROI and to understand how it works. So we are like a video commerce platform that is very, very intelligent in managing those video assets, getting analytics from various marketplaces and stores, and provided this back as feedback to our customers. The last point is our ability to work both in a B2C and a B2B environment, which is very, very important for, again, B2B is a major trend, and we see a lot of opportunities around B2B, but our primary differentiator, again, is the way we implement the e-commerce platform. The look and feel of the platform is very interactive. It looks like YouTube or Netflix with a lot of video and major video players at the front. All the videos are interactive, shoppable. There are clickable buttons with video checkout. Of course, regular carousels, product pages, which are all standard, e-commerce as available today. I think we can go to the next slide. Yeah, so Vimmi here is in the center. We are providing an entire e-commerce platform, very easy to implement, can be set up within hours, works both for B2B and B2C. Include a very, I would say, sophisticated shoppable video capabilities, both for live, for non-live, video reviews. We are using video in a very, very smart way within all the product pages or all the website pages, both on product pages, checkouts, the main page, of course. We use analytics, which is key component for personalization. So we believe an e-commerce should be interactive, but also personalized. So every web page looks different for any user or shopper. Once we get data analytics, we can then personalize the look and feel of the platform and recommend various products and videos that might incite and trigger users to purchase. I've shared about the multi-channel capabilities. We are providing the storefront, obviously, and everything comes pre-integrated with all the shipping, cart, and checkout functionalities, like quite active in the US. So we're fully integrated to all the shipping companies, to all the billing companies. So it's very easy just for users to onboard, just put in their credentials, and they can get started. In terms of the list here on the left, usually there is an integration with the customer platform, let's say their accounting platform, their inventory management, their email marketing, whether it's a Klaviyo or anyone else. On a B2B, we see a lot of ERP integration. Of course, we take the videos from the customers. We help them a lot with how to produce video that works in e-commerce. And of course, everything based on data, right? At the end of the month, we're providing really detailed report and analytics. The system itself recommends a lot of improvements about scripting, about timing, and enabling both organic videos and paid video to be much successful in terms of ROI. And on the right here, we're providing the storefront for the customers and the ability to manage all their shops across various marketplaces and social shop and social shops.
I apologize, but we are at time.
Okay, great. So I just put here in the chat my details. Thank you for, I think I've mentioned most of the things. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
So Eitan, I was, my goodness, very early on an advisor to a shoppable video company, and like they had the tech, but the market just wasn't ready for it. And so I think now the market's ready, but we haven't seen the right tech. So this is fantastic because
yes, and I know exactly which company you're referring to. So
yes, I do know there's a lot of interest. So it really is great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. And yes,
thank you very much.
We'll pass along all of your. We are creating a video today, so we will we'll have a short version and we'll have a full version, but it'll be captured and shared. And next we have Speed Size.
Hey guys, so it will be great if I can share my screen. Can you make me host, please? Yeah, thank you.
See your screen.
Perfect, thanks.
Okay, guys. Hi, Deb. Hi, Oren. Thank you for the opportunity. So I'm excited to show you what we're all about. And what you're going to see here, it's a new technology, which means you do not have it in-house. And please be open-minded because we will hope to blow your mind in the next 5 minutes. So all of you are dealing with website loading speed. And to make your website load faster, the only thing you can do is basically compress the images you are selling. If you think about it, all of you, all the retailers in the world are media companies. They do not sell physical products. They do sell images or sometimes videos of their products. And in order for those videos to load in time, the only things they can do is basically to compress them, which means kind of destroying the quality of the products they're trying to sell. And this is the biggest problem, the way we see it from the beginning of the internet. And we will show you a solution. During this short presentation, I'm going to make it super interactive. So basically, we have some major brands in this call. And I would love to share with you here in the chat, basically the demo reports we created for all of you. So you can see my message. And while you're looking at it, actually, I'm going to demonstrate. So first, let me speak to you about the technology. So recently, I will start with some story that will illustrate everything. Recently, I met some luxury client. They use one of the biggest CDNs in the world. In this case, it was Akamai. And they were selling luxury products, but those products actually not looking luxury, just because they choose to load their website faster. You can see on the left the image. I hope you see it. It's kind of blurry, big in file size, slow loading. In our case, our images will be true to the original images. They will look super sharp, but actually they can load up to 10 times faster. So if you're looking to improve your website speed, you should try AI technology. We have many patents, and we're the only ones in the world that are going to do what I'm just going to show you. Hundreds of clients, retail clients are using us. And let's just go to the live demo of the few of the brands who are on this call. So basically what we did, we just took some public images from the websites. In this case, it's Tesco. Okay, and I will show what we did, but just let's speak about numbers. Around 30 million visitors based on Similarweb. We provide 100 quality to the human brain. We use neuroscience and AI. We're the only one to do it. We just made Tesco images 10 times faster loading speed with better visual quality. So no compression artifacts or compromise. We're using already compressed Tesco media files by additional 72%, saved almost 64 terabytes of delivery each month. This is a crazy number. Almost 200 days of waiting for, like cumulative days of clients waiting for the images to load every month on Tesco website. Great impact on sustainability because we remove the amount of data brands deliver. And I know it's around 25% of the data consumption the brand deliver is because of their images and the data centers. So very fast integration and potentially around 30% cost reduction. So you're already spending a lot of money on those big CDN companies. Why not pay less and get better results? So you can get a glimpse on those images here, see 80-90% smaller and faster across all images. If you only even look, our images actually are sharper, they're AI generated, but will load 10 times faster across any image. So you see, those results are quite impressive. What you see here was the only one in the world to do it, because with Disrupt the Internet, we actually replaced all the compression solutions out there. So I have like 30 seconds left. Same will be for Unilever, and you are welcome to check those results for images and videos. Again, 99% faster, which is like, just do the math. And Estee Lauder will have same results. And many other brands, if you have those reports, you can take a look. And we'll just wait for those reports to load. But basically, it's kind of dramatic. And what you're going to see here actually may affect your business in a very dramatic way. Just to wrap this up, we are coming to the NRF. So you can see the boot number in the message I just shared with you in the chat. And if you would like to see more of those kind of super personalized demos for everyone who attended this meeting, we're doing this in the ref show. Just drop us an email or scan this QR code, go to a landing page, just leave some note, and we will show you those kind of live presentation, interactive presentation, because you already compressed files on your retail website. So thank you so much.
Sagi, I already chatted our CTO. So talk about live, kind of a live demo. He joined very quickly, but he was, this is a huge issue for many of our clients and one that we've been trying to solve. So very interesting and very timely, especially on the holidays. So thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Take care.
Absolutely. Next, we have Allison.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elad Kushnir-Matarasso, and I'm the Director of Growth at Allison AI. Allison is a SaaS creative analytics platform that helps advertisers understand what makes their creatives perform and why. Next slide, please. As you know, currently the best practice for creative optimization is A/B testing. But this approach is also very dated and costly because it requires production of many iterations as well as test budgets. Next slide. Now, to this day, advertisers focus mostly on the media side when it comes to campaign optimization. But according to a number of studies, including this Nielsen study, creative accounts to up to 89% for the reason that campaigns are successful or not. Next slide, please. Now, this problem is something that most advertisers, including some of Allison's clients, are facing because they don't have an efficient way to analyze and optimize creatives, until Allison, that is. Next slide, please. So at Allison, we're taking a different approach. Essentially, we're using advanced AI technology to scan and identify each and every creative that appears within your ad account. The algorithm goes frame by frame across all creatives in the ad account, and it identifies things such as colors, text, sound, characters, facial expressions, visual objects, literally anything that you can think of. And these could be thousands of different elements per single creative. Once it mapped out those elements, it then cross-referenced them with the performance data from the campaign, and then provides you with the ability to understand what elements are making the most impact on performance. More importantly, the algorithm is looking for the best correlation, or in other words, how to combine certain elements together in order to maximize results. Next slide, please. In addition to that, Allison not just analyzes your own creative, but rather your competitors' creatives as well, which means we can provide you with an analysis that shows you a comparison between the elements that are making an impact on your competitors' creatives compared to yours. And by combining your own data as well as your competitor, Allison can provide you with insights and actionable recommendations that you can apply to your creative optimization. And another great aspect of that is that within the platform, we provide you with a smart brief feature, which essentially allows you to create a very detailed data-driven brief, which also include a storyboard, a script, and, next slide, please, even a prompt for your generative AI solutions, which means that you can use Allison's insights to feed your Gen AI in order to create better performing creatives. Next slide, please. Now let's look at a couple of examples. This first one shows you an example from a pet client that we're working with, pet food client. As you can see, when we analyzed their creatives, we found that using a rounded cat with a happy expression in an indoor setting alongside other elements could yield better results for the client. Another example in the next slide. With this gaming company, we've analyzed their creatives and found that by replacing the model to a Mustang and using an urban setting could help them improve results. And in fact, that was one of their best performing creatives for 3 months. Next slide. Now, you may imagine how much goes behind under the hood, so to speak. So Allison uses over 15 different AI models, including face recognition, sound recognition, text recognition, literally any type of recognition out there, including specific AI engines for specific verticals. So that allows us to really pinpoint the insights within each client's creatives based on their own creatives and creative data. Next slide. And we see that on average, we're able to help our clients improve their ROAS by 3 times, their CTR by 200%, and cut their test budgets by 50%. Next slide. That's all from me. I will share my link to schedule a demo, and feel free to reach out to me over email. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to speak with you offline. Thank you so much for your time.
Great. Thank you so much. Next, we're excited to hear from Syte.
Hi. I'd love to get the ability to start my, to share.
You're co-host now.
Okay. So, hi, everyone.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. So thanks for everybody who braved going past time. So I'm going to keep it short and hopefully interesting and dynamic. My name is Vered. I'm the CEO of Syte, and I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about our visual search solutions. So Syte is in the product discovery space. We have visual discovery solutions for the shopper experience so that your shoppers can experience browsing online in a more intuitive way, just like they do in real life. We have a lot of tools for the engineering team and the merchandising team to enhance performance. And we are more and more moving into what we call multi-search, which is the ability, today we've had, here's visual search, here's text search. This is the ability to search intuitively and to look for recommendations together. We have 115 retail customers. We were founded in 2015. We've got deep proprietary technology in visual AI and visual generative AI. And I hope you can see kind of from the large mix of customers that it's a very flexible platform. So whether you're a Prada, a Farfetch, a Walmart, Sainsbury, a department store like La Redoute, Syte is really a flexible technology that allows you to improve conversion and average order value through better shopper experience, and also to enhance all your data around your product by looking at your catalog and leveraging generative AI to describe it. So what we do is we improve the shopper experience and improve the merchandising and the retail operations. And customers that leverage visual search and discovery have better e-commerce metrics and efficiencies. And also the loyalty of your customers increases as a retailer because customers are finding what they want. So our edge has always been visual data. And what's visual data? Visual data is the ability to take your catalog, ingest it, whether it's got 30,000 items or millions a day, and describe every item in words. So just look at the dress here. We have dress, mini, floral. All the additional tags, these were entered manually, are from our system. So I'm going to show you a quick live demo of what it looks like. So we have over here, this is connected to our backend. We have over here just the user-generated jumper from one of our customers. And you can see over here that we've generated about 20 automatically generated AI tags. We do about 500 million of these a month, so we're at scale and growing. So it's a jumpsuit, it's got sequins, full length, it's got a deep plunge, sleeveless, spaghetti strap, apparel. It's for going out and trendy, so you can create smart collections. For example, if I want to create a collection of comfortable summer clothes, I can automatically create it by leveraging the deep tags. And we have over here all our object detection, the necklace, the glasses, and it doesn't matter if it's a ring or a sofa, it works the same. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on Michael Kors. So I'm on the product listing page. You can see Syte, shop similar. So let's say I'm going to a Christmas party and I love this dress. I have the shop similar, and I'm going to go into this one over here. And you can see I can go into shop similar, and this is what drives conversion. Conversions for people that are visually engaged is about 300, 400% higher typically. So you can see I can shop kind of this leather print bag and a snake print bag and the high heel shoes. But even if you're not a luxury brand, let's say you're a retailer that's got pajamas, or here kind of a fast fashion, Fashion Nova, you can see over here that we ingest our catalog and we do all the heavy lifting on the merchandising. You see over here this discovery kind of banner. Everything is done automatically. We also do automated AI styling, so you can shop the jeans and the necklace and the earrings. And let's say I'm a size small, you can see over here that I can prevent dead ends and recommend similar shirts available in your size. And it's just very flexible. I'll show you one more example just to show that it works on everything. We have a vase over here. This is La Redoute, which belongs to Galeries Lafayette in France. And it's just flexible. So whether it's pajamas, plates, jewelry, fashion, everything can be flexibly created. And the nice thing is that you're able to really increase your conversion rate and be much more efficient. So if I go back to my presentation, you can see that we have the shopper experience, the retail operations. There's a full platform on top of it. And this is a quote from Amélie Poisson, the co-CEO of La Redoute. This year, our direct revenue impact has been over 10 million euro and growing. And just wanted to say thank you. And we're going to be at NRF. You can schedule a demo at NRF or on a video call. And I look forward to hearing from you. It's a great flexible solution. So thank you.
Vera, thank you very much. And congratulations on all of your success today. Look forward to getting an update in person at NRF.
And I love that.
Yes, me too. So last but not least is Gal from Kahuna, who I actually had the pleasure of spending some time with on the 7th night of Hanukkah in New York. And he also, in a very kind of quick to move forward, he ended up presenting to a group of about 65 CEOs on a panel with me the following day. So Gal, I'll hand it over to you to take us home.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And second time is always the best. So really quickly, as we move forward. So hi there, I'm Gal Rappaport, originally coming from a vast background in AI and in Amazon. My last role, I was leading the search recommendations and insights globally for Alexa Shopping. And what we got about today is about how we can convert unidentified visitors into high-intent buyers with the power of AI, allowing hyper-personalization with generating audiences. So I want to start with a story. World War II, Americans sent planes to the fight. And after the first round of the fight, they were trying to look where there were hits on the planes in order to armor them for the second round of the fight. They do so, but guess what? The same amount of planes actually falls down. And they were perplexed what was going on, what they were missing. Till one guy came up and says, "You morons. Instead of looking on those that fell down, you looked at those that came back, you're missing the entire point. Funny story, but same thing goes with every retailer and brand. You're only focusing on the identified users, those that leave email and phone numbers. And here I want to ask you guys, how many of your website visitors are unidentified users? We're talking about a staggering amount of 95% of the users. Only the 5% who convert or sign in are the ones that are fully addressable and identified. It means that the vast majority of the users that come to your website, you cannot activate anything on them. And basically, I came up with the idea of like, let's try to mimic the physical world. Because when you're going to a real shop, a good salesperson will know after just a few seconds whether you're going to buy or not based on how you interact without having any kind of history of the user. And that's what we actually brought into the digital world. So as you can see here, we don't have any clue about the user when he first comes in, but all of a sudden, while he's browsing, on the go, we can understand his age, his gender, a set of interests, the user affinity, the shopper type, but even more importantly, signals that drives the KPI of the business, such as the probability to purchase, average order value, pricing level, and obviously preferences of the users. But the main idea that I want to take here is the amount of data and understanding of the user you can generate only after one page view is equivalent to what you had after 5 visits with anything else that you know as of today in the market. So it's pretty cool that we can understand that, but everybody is asking us, guys, can you actually understand who is about to buy and who is not? And you know what? It's amazing to see that about 35% of the users are like zombies. No matter how much you're going to market to them, they ain't going to convert. But today there's a data gap to know who they are. Same goes with the right users, those you want to double down on. Because most visitors eventually won't buy, and we need to focus on the good ones. And when we can do now, so with Kahuna, you can get much better ROI and conversion rates. And when we're thinking about the next year, when cookieless is about to come, we're stuck with solutions that are either require a sign-in from the user or use the standout, very sparse signals coming from the CDPs. Both won't allow sufficient understanding of the user or scalability, leading to significant increase with CAC. And basically, when you think about it, what brands and retailers really need is faster understanding of the user early on in the user funnel. They want it on 100% of the user, and they want to have rich understanding of them, such that they could fill in and have all this application of AI based on the user data. So basically now when you can have this data, whether it's a user who's an Apple user, an incognito user, an unregistered user, and even a flyby user comes for only a few seconds, you can all of a sudden convert unknown profiles into high intent users by putting a very simple script on your website. We're inferring the new data modality, the how factor of your behavior that we're feeding into our privacy preserving AI engines that predict the profile for the user in real time, and then fed into every marketing channels, allowing an optimal marketing campaigns, whether it's remarketing, prospecting, and many others. And I want to show you one example here with the LVMH franchise. Basically, when you're taking out the bad users that you want to exclude out and you're doubling on the good ones. And yeah, you don't need to rely anymore on the emails in order to match them to the acquisition channels. So you can end up with significantly better match rates. You can end up with significantly better conversion rates, average session duration, and bounce rate improvement. And this is done in many industries as of today, as of Kona. And what I want you to take from this presentation today is that based on a way to generate audiences based on AI, to feed into those all crazy things that we can do, now in the future with AI, we can activate the 90% of the users who remain unknown and unaddressable with real-time AI predictive segmentation, AI-based business KPI audience segments, AI-based identity graph, and generate data basically on every unknown user. Thank you so much, and I really look forward to see you guys during NRF. here is a barcode, a QR code which you can scan, and I'm looking forward to meeting you over there.
Thanks, Gal. That was great. And we look forward to seeing you at NRF. I'm going to invite Mike and Oren back to the stage to just kind of have some closing thoughts. So, Mike, you're a retailer. You've just come off of holiday 23. Where do you start to think about investing for next year?
I'll look for those items that I think will generate revenue. And, you know, because I think we're going in, you know, traffic's been there. We want to get conversion. We want to leverage basically the environment right now.
Oren, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, it's getting more and more complicated to try and figure
Oren,
out.
you're on mute.
Oh. Hear me now? Okay. So yeah, getting very interesting all the time and more kind of complex opportunities, but trying to figure out, I mean, how you manage your online strategy. I think this is the basics here because you have so many options, and this guy is getting more and more clever, but it's still getting very difficult to become, you know, profitable. So I think the experience and the capabilities are huge, but you really need to be focused on, you know, how to get money out of it. But definitely there's a way, and there's a lot of options.
Yeah, I mean, I think that retailers are very much willing to experiment, and they have a lot of, you know, more free cash flow, let's say, than they typically do through retail media networks, data monetization, IP monetization. But I think it goes back to what Mike said earlier, is it's really got to be plug and play. And you can't have to have sign off from multiple, you know, business units or, you know, folks in the C-suite, because I think anything with friction, just like with the customer, I think it won't kind of move it to the next, you know, tranche, if you will. What we're seeing on our side is personalization, loyalty, gamification. Of course, anything in terms of how images look and load, right? That's all incredibly important. And then the seamless, going back to this frictionless idea of online to offline. And then I really think that, you know, to retain and attract the best talent, you know, retain your customers and attract the best talent on the associate side, you really have to think about how you're engaging your customers and also your associates. And so that, I think, is really where, you know, we're looking at in the year ahead. Mike, how do you think the spending environment?
Deborah, you got muted. Michael, you had the question?
I can also drop it in the chat, but maybe Oren, if you have an idea on the spending environment right now.
Yeah, I mean, not much about what's going in the US, but here in Israel, we really see spending is back. There was few months of kind of 30% decrease in the revenues, but we're now back to the real numbers. So we can hope for better days, but back to place.
Yeah, and Mike, I'm not sure if you heard, but we had just asked about the spending environment in general right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the middle of this. Okay, sorry.
I don't think Michael got the question. Do you hear us, Michael? It seems to have a sound issue or something.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we're finding that, you know, the holiday has been, well, certainly Black Friday was much stronger than people expected. I think the holiday season overall has been strong. And, you know, if going to the retailers and seeing the out of stocks is any indication, and then this year, right, we also have this extra weekend. So typically, right, you know, we're picking up this. So that's why the data is like non-comparable. This this will be a very strong year just because of this extra Saturday and Sunday with, you know, Christmas being on a Monday. And I will say, going back to, I'm not sure if we're going to see large ERP implementations, more just because of the time. It's not necessarily the cost, but we are seeing this real interest. I mean, that's why I think we had so many people on today in terms of, you know, also anything AI. I mean, I would encourage all the startups, you know, do utilize that. I think Gal did a great job in his presentation of talking about how your solution, because investors are now asking, right, what's your AI strategy? And retailers are very much focused on what that looks like and how to communicate it. So, Mike, any closing thoughts?
It seems like he can't hear you.
Actually,
oh, you did?
It finally came. I had to unplug my speaker.
Okay.
I heard nothing for the last 5 minutes. Sorry.
So I think I have two questions. One, what do you think the spending environment is like for 24? And then, you know, as you look ahead, where do you think, you know, where do you think these companies, I was saying, like, you know, every investor, every shareholder is asking about AI strategies. What advice do you have for the startups as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think the spending environment is going to be a little conservative. You know, even though this holiday season was really good for most retailers, I still think people are unsure of what's going to happen to the economy going forward. So, you know, I just know, you know, the budgeting that I know from all the companies I deal with, it's all very conservative. So, and I think though, but back to the board, you know, generative AI is on everyone's tongue, and everyone, it's kind of like e-com, or it's like blockchain or metaverse 3 years ago, right? Everybody, you know, you got to be doing it. So I think there's going to be a push to try something. And I think for most of these companies, it's going to be basically the low cost, low friction solutions that can go and be tested very quickly. And I think customers, I mean, I think retailers will be very, very interested in those type of solutions. I think any solution that's going to take a long time to either implement or a long time to provide value, I think those will be looked at actually much less.
Yeah, I think it's the quick wins right now. And I think that's with Gen AI, right? You know, you can spin up a POC very quickly and, you know, get to rollout as well. And one thing, Mike, I wanted to ask you, because I think it's actually really critical as we think about like the Israeli tech startup ecosystem, because in many cases, right, we've just seen over time that some of these, you know, there are always concerns about these companies scaling. I think with Gen AI, that is kind of, as long as they have the compute power, right, that's not even part of the.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, the ability for these companies to spin up and really, you know, their expense structure, they can get it really, really lean. So you're right. I think that, you know, and the fact that these solutions can be implemented really quickly, and if they do fail, it's not like it's core and it's going to cause your business to, you know, a big risk. So you're right. I don't think that's a big factor as it was in the past.
And Oren, you work with many of these retailers and brands, and on the restaurant side, I mean, how do you think they're feeling about, you know, where they invest, maybe what they do less of, what they do more of? I mean, we've heard on the less side, actually, you know, going back to Mike's point and being more conservative, I think they are more conservative when it comes to working with some of the bigger tech companies where the, you know, everything is kind of like locked in, and it's not as, you know, it's not kind of a, as you eat, you pay, right? It's not kind of a SaaS model, but where it's more where your cost is kind of more locked in. We're seeing a step back from that, and this idea around kind of variable versus fixed cost right now, I think is very much a focus. What are you seeing from that perspective, and, you know, just what wisdom do you have, Oren, to share for the year ahead for the startups who joined us today?
First of all, I think that on the restaurant side, there is a lot of, you know, opportunities. You can only see what McDonald's have done and the way they're really understanding how omnichannel should look like, and just change the entire restaurant with the kiosks. So it's feasible. I can see more and more recommendation and kind of speech to text engagement getting faster. Our children only talking to this, you know, machine. So it should happen faster. But definitely, I think that the retailers are responsible because they have everything on the table. They have the entire technology set that they could think of, but they need to have a strategy and a roadmap and go there. So, I mean, it's not on the tech side problem. It's on the as much as the retailers are hungry to innovate and run faster. And here comes the consumer from the other side pushing them, but it's a process, and we're really seeing it moving forward, but not as fast as everyone wants.
Well, I think that's why you've had so many activist investors. Macy's is the most recent one, right? Kind of come into the space because they see the value and they see the opportunity. And I think they just want to see, retail move faster, make bigger decisions and make them sooner. All right, Mike, we're going to let you take us home. Closing comments, thoughts for the year ahead.
Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting year in retail. I've been so energized looking at all these different solutions. I think NRF are going to be pretty busy hunting all these down. But I think this is going to be the year of AI, and I think a lot of pushed by the board and just internally. I think AI solutions are going to be tried by a lot of retailers, and I think it's going to separate the successful from the unsuccessful. The leaders will thrive. I think the laggards are going to have problems.
Gonna set it better. Mike, Oren, thank you. Thanks to all the startups. Thanks to everyone else who joined us. We will, like I said, get this out in a whole video. We'll have slices and dices, and then we'll plan to see everybody. I'll be at CES, but we'll also see everybody at NRF as well. Thanks, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day, and have a wonderful holiday.
All right, thank you.
Thanks to everyone. And one last thing, I want to thank, of course, our sponsors, Trigo Vision, for supporting this event. Trigo is a computer vision company leveraging smart sensors to enable frictionless checkout and deliver data insights that drive revenue and optimize store operations. Shoppers in Trigo-powered stores can select the item they want and simply walk out, having reviewed and approved the digital receipt in real time. Thank you for everyone. Have a great weekend and fantastic holiday. Thank you, Deborah and your team, and Steven and Mara for everything. And look forward for next events.
Can't wait. We'll see you at NRF, Oren.
Ciao, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.